Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dino Brickhaven. Yes, I started earlier. I set it for 7, but I'm usually 6:30, so I'm ready to go. Welcome to Dino Brickhaven. I am Dino, and hello to Connie. I see William. I see Stephanie. No problem. Book club is awesome. How can you not look forward to book club? Enjoy book club. Take care, Stephanie Press. Tune the news. What is going on? We will be listening to some Space Patrol as I build this antique store. What are we doing? Anyways, thumbs up. All that good stuff. I'm excited to build the antique store. I already started it. This is technically stream number 1 of the antique store by FunWhole. FunWhole, spelled FunWhole, fun for the whole family. It is the antique store. It's set number F9033. Has 2,847 pieces. This is really, really cool. Talk just a few minutes about FunWhole because I really am loving their sets. I really, really, really am loving their sets. The little figures are starting to grow on me too, which I'll show the figures for this set too. But look at this, if you can see that from a distance, and I will hold it up to the camera. The giant bookshelf or shelf with books and other knickknacks and type things. I had an antique store in my neighborhood that had one just like that. This thing is going together so well. I must also say, man, compared to Legos, these are just as good quality, if not better. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a set so flat. And I think the reason is there's 4 different square plates, too, for the bottom, which helps to stabilize it and make no bending or anything. But, yeah, these pieces just are so beautiful, smooth, top of the line. Let's see. The booklets, they're a work of art too. I don't know what to say. Let me look at my camera here. Hey, Tony, what's going on? Good to see you, Tony. Yeah, can't wait to get started on this. But the books and instructions that they give you too are they're just great. And no stickers. Okay, there. We don't need that. But if you can see kind of Susan's Antique Store, all the lights, the light kits come with it. So these are just cool. And I'm going to show you the little figures. They're not Lego figures. They made the figures their own also, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that is the antique store. The box is right here. The box is so thick and sturdy. That's another thing. The box is so well made and sturdy. I mean, I don't want to throw these out. It's got dimensions. It's got the figures walking, on the side of the box and everything too. It's heavy because I still got pieces in here. This is bag number 3. 4, 5, and 6 are over there. We'll see how many we get to. But if I turn this around for you guys, look at that shelf. This is going to go the length of the antique store, at least levels 1 and 2. That just looks so darn cool. And even the window right here on the side, somebody told me, left a comment and said to push those back. I get it, because you only kind of see half of the Knight's helmet there, but Knight's gear, it just looks so cool. Love everything about this so far. Can't wait to continue putting this together and finish it and put it in my city. It is going in my Lego city is what it's doing. And the figures. Let me show the figures. Again, at first I was like, what do I think about that? Is it going to focus? I'm like, what do I think about these figures? But then again, they are starting to grow on me. These figures are starting to grow on me. They got a style of their own. I like them. I like them. Here's a female. There you go. They're kind of like rounded a bit in the gut area. I mean, I like it. I really do. I like the figures. They're growing on me, and each set comes with their own. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Even the lights are getting a little more simplified. They're figuring out all these little techniques as they go and continue to build their company. But yeah, I am enjoying this. I am having fun. Fun. So let me bring this down. Let me see again. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hello, Andrea. What's going on? Good to see you. So yes, that is the overview of what I've done. I've started it. Box, the set, the antique store, and I am going to get ready and go ahead with building the antique store. And as I do, we can listen to some, I'm just in the mood for some story, some space sci-fi stories. So I'm going to listen to Space Patrol. And the first one I'm going to play tonight is Emmett Brakowski. Love that name. Hello, everybody. Mind if I join this party? You sure can. As I'm building this, I just talked a little bit about the FunWhole set, the antique store, and they keep getting better and better with how their building techniques are. The quality of their bricks, the figures, the lights, everything. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. I don't know what to say. And my collection is getting bigger to the point of I could probably make a FunWhole city. But anyways, I'm adding the modulars to my Lego city. So that is what I'm doing. Anyways, I am going to play some sci-fi episodes, some Space Patrol. And the first one I'm going to play is In the Claw of Venus. In the Claw of Venus, Space Patrol from 1954. January 9th, 1954. In the Claw of Venus. So there we go. No problem, Emmett. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. William, what is going on? So Space Patrol, here we go as I continue to build. And as always, once I put something together, I will hold it up to the camera, show you what I did. Yeah, there you go. So In the Claw of Venus.
Instant Ralston and regular Ralston, the hot whole wheat cereals in the red and white checkerboard packages present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Commander Corey, at the controls of the Terra 5, pilots the ship close to a strange disc-shaped object floating above the planet Venus. Cadet Happy is on the disc in a spacesuit, reporting to the commander by spaceophone.
Can you make anything out of those instruments and controls, Happy?
No, sir, they're nothing like you'd find in a spaceship or artificial...
The one thing I do got to say is in all of these stories, I love the commercials. Remind you of being a kid, kind of. Although these are kind of adult, teen type of stories that Space Patrol did. But the spaceophone and all the little oh, I love it. Here we go.
Satellite, and besides, they're not even connected.
The disc seems to be defying gravity. Don't touch anything, Hap.
These wires are just hanging loose. Looks like they've been yanked away from the... Hey, Commander, what's wrong?
The disc is falling toward Venus.
We'll return in just a moment with today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, In the Claw of Venus. Hi, Space Patrollers. Captain Dick Tufeld here. Got a riddle for you this morning. You ready? Here goes. What can you see out of, but nobody can see in?
Hold that thought a second. I won't keep interrupting, but I do see that people are popping in, and I did want to say hello to them. Mark Builds Bricks. Hey there, Dino. Hi, everyone in chat. Good to see you, Mark Builds Bricks. Just went into a good overview of this and told everybody about it. This is looking good. But is it you, Mark, that told me to move the table back? Somebody left a comment and I'm not sure who it was. Again, I got to go look again to move the table back. I probably might do that because you see half a knight's helmet in there through the window. But I actually like it. It doesn't bother me. Little close to the window, but I get it. Anyways, good seeing you. Thank you for being here. Jody, what is going on, Black Roses? Good to see you, Bubba. Everybody, thank you. Anyways, getting back to Space Patrol, and there was a little riddle there before you. They're going to tell you what it is right now, so enjoy it as I build this thing.
The answer? Easy. The new sensational Monoview outer space helmet. It's a whole foot high, slips on right over your head, and rests on your shoulders. Yes, sir, it's a neat, complete disguise. And wait till you get your first look through that special one-way eye plate. It's like magic. You're whisked right out of this world into a strange, purple, glowing planet. You see everything clear as day, but tinted with a weird purple glow. And what's more, the Monoview outer space helmet has a gleaming red and jet black lightning flash hood. And swell, real-looking oxygen tanks and breathing tubes printed right on. But best of all, this helmet is yours for only 25 cents and a box top. Now, gang, here's how you get it. Just buy a box of good hot Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and an instant or regular Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. This offer is good only in the USA and may be withdrawn at any time. And now, here's a special Space Patrol flash. Immediately following today's adventure, Commander Corey will announce the name of the grand prize winner in the Name the Planet contest. And now, today's Space Patrol adventure in the Claw of Venus. Commander Corey's space battlecruiser, the Terra 5, skims low over the mountains of the planet Venus. Controlled by Cadet Happy, sensitive infrared beams reach through the heavy, dark mist to feel the shapes of the craggy peaks below. Toward the east, eerie blue flashes of lightning signal the approach of a storm. With his eyes on the viewscope screens and a bank of instruments, Buzz Corey threads the needle-nosed ship through its hazardous course.
We're nearly there, Happy. The probe beam should be picking out Sharn's tower any minute now.
We sure got a break from that storm, sir. We'll be right on top of him before he knows we're coming.
Unless one of his men tipped him off.
Even if they did, he wouldn't have time to dispose of the stolen zolanite.
I hope not. But to prove our case, we've got to find more than 5 pounds of zolanite on Sharn's premises.
5 pounds? Well, 100 pounds were stolen from Saturn.
I know, but zolanite is so rare that the government knows the location of every bit of it. Not counting the stolen supply, of course.
Well, then Sharn has 5 pounds of it legitimately.
That's right.
Well, Commander, isn't that a tower up there ahead on the side of the mountain?
That's it, Hap. After we land, we'll not lose any time getting out of the ship. If Sharn does have the zolanite, we're in for trouble.
Near the summit of a mountain, Sharn's tower rises into the mist, dwarfing 2 squat stone buildings huddled at the base. In the top chamber of the tower, Gaston Sharn barks instructions to his assistant, Richard Durant.
Durant, did you hear what I said?
What was that, Sharn?
I said 10,000 volts. What's the matter with you today?
Oh, it's that storm. I don't like working here in this kind of weather. It makes me nervous.
Afraid of thunder. I thought you were supposed to be a scientist.
It's not the thunder, it's the lightning. And here we are in this tower with all this apparatus.
10,000 volts, Mr. Durant, if you please.
All right. 9250, 9500, 9800. Look out! It's too much. I warned you, the circuit's overloaded.
Well, put in a heavier coil.
What's that?
It's a spaceship. It's landing.
I told you we'd get into trouble.
How do you know we're in trouble?
Look, it's a space patrol ship. The zolanite. We'll have to hide it.
How can we hide it? It's already inside an Endurium shield welded to an Endurium platform.
But, Sean, what'll we do?
Go down and meet them. Keep them out of the tower if possible, and try to keep that guilty look off your face. They probably aren't looking for zolanite anyway.
But what if they are?
I know my rights, Durant. You just keep your mouth shut and let me do the talking.
Hurrying down to the living quarters in one of the low buildings adjoining the tower, Gaston Charn hastily spreads several technical books on a table and then settles himself in a chair in an attitude of leisurely concentration. A moment later, Durant greets Buzz and Happy and leads them into the study.
Well, gentlemen, this is a welcome break in a monotonous day. Yes, sit down, won't you?
No, thanks. Your name is Sharn, isn't it?
Yes. And you must be Commander Corey by your insignia.
Yes. I'll get right to the point, Sharn. I have a warrant from the Venus Justice Department authorizing a complete search of your premises.
I'm afraid I don't understand, Commander. A search? What for?
Sharn, 100 pounds of zolanite was stolen
Glad
from
you're
the
enjoying
government
these,
freight depot
Emmett.
at Saturn City.
100 pounds? Well, I didn't know there was that much zolanite in the universe.
How much do you have here?
Oh, about 5 pounds.
Happy, hand me the zolanite detector.
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Now, let's see what we can pick up.
The Zolanite detector.
It's working all right, Commander.
Of course it is. 5 pounds of zolanite is enough to set up quite a reaction.
It's true. It could be 5 pounds 20 feet away or 100 pounds 400 feet away. How about it, Sharn? Can you move 20 feet and produce your zolanite?
Perhaps the storm has some confusing effect on your detector.
Very unlikely. Judging by the indicator, we'll find some zolanite up in your tower. Let's have a look. Cut the detector half. Come on, Sharn.
Very well, if you insist.
You and Durant lead the way.
Very well. Through this door, gentlemen. This corridor leads to the tower.
Look out! Smoking rockets! I've been struck by lightning. I told you, John.
Get a grip on yourself, Durant. You're not hurt.
Yeah, if you'd been hit by lightning, you wouldn't be able to brag about it.
A bolt hit the tower, just like I said it would.
Well, we're not hurt. We'll go up and investigate.
No. The tower is damaged. What if the lightning strikes again?
Commander,
Yes, Hap.
that flash must have put the zolanite detector out of commission. See, it isn't picking up a thing.
That's strange. You didn't get a shock or a burn, did you?
No, sir.
We better not risk the elevator after that bolt. We'll use the stairs. I'll go first. Hap, you watch Durant and Sean.
They are good, Mark. I love these old shows.
The lab is right through that door, Commander.
Smoking rockets. What happened to the roof?
Bolt of lightning
Smoking
blasted
rockets.
out the whole top of the tower.
Yeah, and it wrecked the floor, too. Yeah, it's lucky it didn't collapse.
I don't understand it.
What do you mean, Durant?
That huge Endurium platform, it's disintegrated, vanished, just like it's never existed.
The walls are seared, but there's hardly any trace of molten metal. Strange. Happy, try that detector again.
Yes, sir. It's working, sir, but it's sure a low reading.
It's probably picking up this small fragment of zolanite.
Yes, that's zolanite, all right.
Which proves that your detector is working, and in turn proves that I do not have the stolen 100 pounds of this stuff.
Yeah, it looks like the lightning destroyed all our evidence, Commander.
And in that case, I should appreciate it if you gentlemen would leave, so I may silently contemplate my tragic loss.
All right, Sean. There's nothing I can do now but watch your step. Next time it'll take more than a bolt of lightning to save you. Come on, Happy.
Returning to their ship, Buzz and Happy head back to Venus City.
Doggone it, sir. That storm couldn't have done Sharn a bigger favor if it had it made to order.
Base Control, Venus City calling all spaceborne traffic using approach lane 3, level 7. Emergency warning. An unidentified object has been reported hovering at a distance of 17 DUs over Venus. Ships approaching in lane 3, level 7, use caution. This disc-shaped object last reported hovering over the following position.
Get this, Happy.
Yes, sir.
Latitude 15 degrees, 23 minutes north. Longitude 97 degrees, 2 minutes, 15 seconds east. Altitude 17 DUs. Space Control, Venus City out.
I wonder what it is, Commander.
Whatever it is, it should be removed. Have you checked its location on the chart, Hap?
I'll have it in a second, sir. It's just about here.
It's right near us.
Yes, sir.
Turn on the space phone, Hap.
Right.
Commander Corey aboard Terra 5, calling Space Control, Venus City. Commander Corey to Space Control, Venus City.
Space Control, Venus City, go ahead, Commander.
I'm checking on your report of this unidentified object. What's being done to remove it from the space lane?
Nothing as yet, Commander. Colonel Yeager is waiting for a report from Space Platform Observatory number 2. They're trying to identify the object.
You said it was disc-shaped. How big is it?
About 20 feet in diameter and quite thin and flat. There's no sign of rocket power or any other force. It's been over that same position on Venus for more than an hour. It just seems to hang there. That's all the information I have, sir.
All right, Space Control. Inform Colonel Yeager that I'm going to investigate this object. Corey out. All right, Hap, we'll have a close look at this thing. Get your spacesuit on in case we have to attach a line and tow it out of the space lane.
Moments later, Buzz and Happy bring their spaceship close to a gleaming metal disc. They circle it at a velocity just high enough to counteract the gravity pull of the planet Venus, 17 DUs below them.
I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it. It's not underpowered. There's no sign of any rocket burst.
It's certainly unmanned.
Yeah, the disk is too thin for anything larger than a dog to be inside it. I wonder what that stuff is on top. Some sort of electrical equipment, maybe?
What's it connected to? See those cables dangling?
Commander, since I've got my spacesuit on, why can't I board that disk and examine it?
Well, all right, Hap, but watch your step.
Skillfully, Buzz matches the velocity of his ship to that of the strange disc as Happy stands in the airlock with the outer hatch open. Carefully, Buzz maneuvers the Terra 5 closer to the disc, and Happy crosses over.
I made it, sir. I'm on the disc.
Remember, Hap, this isn't outer space. If you slip here, you go down, and 17 DUs is a long way to fall.
I'll be careful, sir.
I'll drop back so I can see you better through the nose port.
Love all the description.
Can you make anything out of it, Hap?
Not yet, but somehow I get the feeling that this whole object is part of something else.
What makes you think that?
Well, the bolts and brackets on the disc. It looks like it had been fastened to something and pulled loose. And these controls. They're nothing like anything you'd find in a spaceship or artificial satellite. And besides, they're not even connected.
Well, don't touch them, Hap. Never can tell.
These wires are just hanging loose. It looks like they've been yanked away from... Hey, Commander, what's wrong with the ship? You're moving away.
It isn't the ship, it's you. The disc is falling toward Venus.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. Hi, Space Patrollers. Captain Tufeld again. Right now, I'm in the mail room at Space Patrol headquarters. You hear that? That's our stamping machine pounding away like mad. Just listen to those packages going down that mail chute. Man, oh man, it seems like just about every space patroller in the universe wants one of those terrific monoview outer space helmets. There are hundreds, no, thousands of orders coming in. Say, how about you? Have you sent for your helmet yet? The one and only outer space helmet you can see out of, but nobody can see in. The wonderful helmet with honest-to-goodness looking oxygen tanks and breathing tubes printed right on it. The sensational helmet with the gleaming lightning flash hood and specially constructed outer space ear plates. The helmet that's just like the one Commander Corey wears. Now, to get one, just buy a box of good hot Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents and an instant or regular Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. Now, Space Patrollers, if you've already sent away for your Monoview outer space helmet, you may have to wait a few extra days. You see, we've been getting so many orders, the Space Patrol mailroom is swamped and working overtime to get them out. So you better hurry now, because this offer soon ends. Send for yours today. And remember, stand by, Space Patrollers, for the name of the grand prize winner in the Name the Planet contest in just a few minutes. And now, back to our Space Patrol adventure in the Claw of Venus. Returning from the remote mountain laboratory of Gaston Shane, who's suspected of stealing a supply of rare, valuable minerals, zolanite, Buzz and Happy rose high above the surface of Venus to investigate a strange disc-shaped object that unaccountably remains suspended over one position on Venus. Donning his spacesuit, Happy stepped from the airlock of the Terra 5 onto the disc to examine it. He touched a dangling piece of wire. There was a flash, and the disc sharply responded to gravity, falling toward Venus, carrying Happy with it. As Commander Corey hastily maneuvers the spaceship, Happy drops away with rapidly increasing velocity.
Happy, can you hear me?
Yes, Commander.
I'm going to try to get you off that disc before you fall into the Venus atmosphere. Hap, how much space between you and the airlock?
About 50 feet.
Have we matched velocity?
Yes, sir. The ship and this disc are falling at the same rate.
I'm going to pull over closer. Guide me.
That's it, Commander. A little more. More. Hold it. I can reach the airlock now.
Okay, climb aboard. We're going to have to pull out of this trajectory, and I'm going to try to take the disc with us. Apply magnetic holding field.
Yes, sir. It's in the field, sir. We've got it.
Hope we can hold it on a sharp pullout. It's an awful strain on the hull of the ship. I'm afraid it's too late.
Seems a shame to cut it loose.
Check the infrared viewscope, Hap. See where the disc will land if it continues this trajectory.
Yes, sir. It'll land in the Venus Sea, or along the coast, somewhere in the Gartoga Mountains. Commander, what's that?
I just turned on the Zolanite detector.
Something must be wrong. There's no Zolanite around... Hey, on the disc.
Right. We'll try to make the disc land where we can recover it again. Cut magnetic holding field. We'll track it in the viewscope and see where it falls. Keep it centered, Hap, while I level off.
Yes, sir. I don't get it, Commander. Zolanite out here on that disc? Well, how did it get there?
Remember that hole in the roof of Sharn's tower?
Yeah, the lightning.
Wouldn't you say that hole was the same size and shape as the disc?
Why, yes. Then that disc was in Sharn's tower.
It's the Endurium platform Durant said was disintegrated.
Oh, that's why we didn't see any molten metal. The whole platform shot up through the roof. But, well, what made it stay suspended 17 DUs above Venus?
The tremendous voltage in that bolt of lightning produced some peculiar effect on the Zolanite.
And it nullified gravity.
It's the only...
Again, I can't say how much I love this Space Patrol and the sci-fi, the retro sci-fi where they talk about every little detail in scientific terms. That's another thing I love about FunWhole. They use a lot of different colors that you don't see in Lego a lot, like blacks and dark maroons. I mean, you don't really see them. Jazz Club had some, but yeah, I love blacks and maroon colors. I really do. And when I try to attempt my mock haunted house around Halloween, that should be fun. So we'll see what I can do. Anyways, back to Space Patrol!
Nation. Maintain the momentum of Venus's rotation on its axis, but soared upward till it reached a point of equilibrium.
A new force. Wow. Think what that'll mean to space travel. Hey, we've got to recover that disc and have some experts check it.
Yes, but first I want two particular experts to check it. The men that accidentally discovered this new force.
Sharn and Durant?
Right. When they see the viewscope microfilm of that disc and learn where the object landed, I think they'll get just a little bit...
Several hours later, Sharn and Durant sit watching the interplanet news telecast.
Announced the strange disc-shaped object that has been hovering over Venus has crashed.
Turn that up, Durant.
Yes, sure.
The pilot of a space patrol ship sent to investigate the gravity-defying disc reports that the object suddenly descended toward Venus, landing on the coast of the Venus Sea in the Gartoga Mountain region. Because of the difficulty of recovering the object, the Space Patrol will delay further investigation for several days, pending the arrival of a team of experts from Saturn. Now, here is a portion of viewscope microfilm taken from the Space Patrol ship sent to investigate the disc.
Look, Durant. You recognize it?
It's the Endurium platform from the lab.
This is the mysterious object that now lies in the area known as the Claw of Venus. And now, items from the universe of sports.
Cut it
Today
off.
in Mercury Stadium.
We've got to act quickly, Durant.
What do you mean?
We've got to get to the Claw of Venus and recover the Zolanite before those Space Patrol scientists get there.
But sure.
Don't argue. You realize we're the only ones in the universe who know that Zolanite can neutralize gravity?
I don't like it. It's dangerous.
Don't be a fool. We can control high voltages. Quick now. Get some cutting tools. Then we'll blast off for the Claw of Venus.
Miles away, where huge breakers of the Venus Sea batter at the bluffs, a gleaming disk of Endurium lies embedded in shattered rocks on the shore.
Endurium.
In a small cave nearby, two men in Space Patrol uniforms wait patiently.
Think they'll fall for it, Commander?
I think they will, Happy. Not only to get the Zolanite back, but to protect themselves. Sharn knows that if we find the Zolanite, we can prove this Endurium platform came from his lab.
I hope they come pretty quick. Tide's coming in. In a few hours, this will all be underwater, including the disc.
Yeah.
Hey, Commander, you hear that?
It's a ship. Coming in for a landing on top of the bluff.
Must be Sharn.
From their vantage point in the cave, Buzz and Happy watch Sharn and Durant make their way down the steep cliff and start to work.
What did we lug that electro-welder down here for?
When we get the Zolanite out of the container, I want to seal things up a little, just to confuse the experts.
Well, I'm in favor of getting the Zolanite and heading back to the ship. The experts will know this disc has been tempered, but just from the marks of the atomo torch.
They might think the metal was fused by air friction in the fall. After all, it dropped 17 DU.
All right, Sharn, Durant, drop those tools.
Corey!
Happy, take Sharn's blast gun.
Yes, sir. And give me that Atomo torch, too, Sharn.
Why, of course. Here.
Atomo torch.
Slug him to that. Sharn, let go of that torch.
Come on, Duraz. Run for the cliff.
We've come this far. Let's finish them
They're
off.
still conscious. Corey's got his ray gun. Come on, keep behind the rocks and run for the cliff.
Halt! Stop where you are. Halt!
We're safe. Up the cliff to the ship.
You've still got your blast gun. We can pick them off, then get to Zolanite.
Why use a blast gun on Corey and the cadet when we can get the same results another way?
Halt!
When we're past that first ledge, we'll blast the cliff with a gun. That'll leave Corey with a perpendicular wall to climb. Hurry, Duraz.
Keep after them, Happy.
Yes, sir. I'm still dizzy from the crack on the head with that Atomo torch. But I bet I can outclimb those two rats any day.
Happy, duck. Sharn's aiming his blast gun.
Now, Corey, let me see you get out of that.
Smoking rockets, Commander. Look what he did. He blasted that overhanging rock. And there's no handhold, no foothold.
Just a sheer cliff.
And there they go, the rats. Commander, what are we going to do? The tide's coming in.
We can't scale the cliff, that's certain.
In a few minutes, the waves will be smashing us back against the cliff. We don't have a chance.
Wait, I think we do. A long chance, but it's worth a try. Come on, let's get to the disc.
To the disc?
Yes. Do you remember what you touched up there when the disc started to fall?
Well, yes, sir, that broken wire dangling from the panel. I accidentally brushed it against the endurium, and there was a flash, and I felt like I was going down in a fast elevator.
Apparently, you discharged electricity that was stored in the Zolanite circuit. A charge that made the Zolanite resist gravity. Now, if we could restore that charge, perhaps the disc would rise again.
But, Commander, what can we charge
Commander,
it with?
can you repeat that, please?
Sharn left behind. That generates considerable current.
As much as a bolt of lightning?
No, but perhaps we don't need that much.
Well, it's worth a try.
It'll mean taking the electro-welder apart with the Atomo torch and rewiring it to the connections on the disc. Let's get to work.
Swiftly, Buzz and Happy work with the tools. Then, as the surf begins to surge around them, Buzz makes a final connection and they stand in the center of the endurium disc.
All right, Happy. Take it easy. Start the electro-well generator. Very low at first.
Nothing's happening, sir.
Give it more voltage. Steady now. This
Giving it
takes
all
hold
that I got,
suddenly.
Captain.
Maybe the circuit was wrecked when the disc landed on the rocks. Hey, it's beginning to move. I can feel it. Look, we're rising.
Hold it, Happy. Hold it right there. We're a few inches off the ground. I'll get off and give the disc a shove toward the cliff. Then we can ride up the face of the cliff and jump off at the top.
Hey, that's right. It wouldn't be much good to us if just suspended in empty air.
It's hard to move, Hap.
Why is that? It's weightless now.
As far as Venus gravity is concerned, it's weightless, but it still has its mass and inertia.
Now it's moving toward the cliff, sir.
The inertia will carry it the rest of the way as we ascend. All right, Happy. Increase the voltage slightly.
Here we go, sir.
Hold her steady, Hap. We're rising fast enough.
Well, we made it.
Yes. I wonder if Corey's got his feet wet by now.
Let's walk down to the edge of the cliff a ways. We can't tell from here.
All right. After all, we should shout goodbye before we blast off.
Why shout? We're right here.
No.
Let's get him, Hap.
It'll be a pleasure.
Yeah. I think that'll take care of him.
Frankly, I'm sorry it's over so soon. I guess they don't have much fight left after that climb.
Oh. How did you get up the cliff?
On your gravity disc.
You worked the gravity disc?
That's right, Shard. The idea came to the commander like a flash of lightning.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment.
Smoking rockets. I must be getting space happy. I'm seeing double again. Hey, who are you guys anyway? A couple of twin giants from Jupiter or twin space pirates from Pluto?
Well, we can see you, Cadet Happy. Yeah, clear as day.
Yeah, but I can't see you. I know. Because you've got your Monoview outer space helmets on.
Pretty neat, huh? Got oxygen tanks printed right on our helmets and big red lightning flashes on the hood. Pretty keen? You betcha. More than a foot high. Covers up our whole heads. Nobody can tell who we are.
Yep, you're real space patrollers, all right. Sure are. But jumpin' Jupiter, who are you anyway? Oh, come on, tell me.
I'm Space Patroller Donnie Smith reporting, sir. Space Patroller Johnny Smith here, sir.
Well, you guys sure had me fooled, that's for sure. And say, Space Patrollers, how about it? Why don't you send for your own swell new Monoview outer space helmet? You know, you just buy a box of good hot Ralston, then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and the instant or regular Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis 1, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis 1, Missouri. Get going right away, today.
And now, Space Patrollers, here's the big news. In just 2 seconds, Commander Corey will tell you the name of the grand prize winner in the Name the Planet contest.
Fingers crossed, everybody. Woohoo!
Commander Corey here. The name of the grand prize winner, the Space Patroller who wins
set my
my giant
raffle
rocket
a couple
clubhouse
weeks
with
ago.
a big motor truck to pull it and $1,500 cash is... Ricky Walker. Ricky Walker
Well,
of
that ain't me.
315
Congratulations,
Wagner
Ricky.
Street, Washington, Illinois. Congratulations, Ricky. And Space Patrollers, be sure you're listening next week for more exciting news about the winners of the Name the Planet contest.
And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. At the end of a secret cavern on Saturn's 8th moon, a strange spaceship waits for the precise instant to blast off. Buzz and Happy, helpless at the point of a deadly heat.
I sent my raffle ticket in. Why didn't I win? Hello, Red. Hello, Horror Junkie for life. What's going on? Good to see you. Lizzie, also, good to see you. And then we'll play another one. And then I'll kind of talk about this a little bit, what I've done up to this point.
Gun are forced down the cavern toward the ship.
Hurry up, both of you. There isn't much time. Listen to us, Zobanek. These people or creatures or whatever they are, they've got some hold over you.
Sure, Zobanek. You'll be sorry the instant the ship blasts off.
I know what I'm doing. You'll be sorry if you aren't aboard. You mean you'll use that heat gun on us? I won't have to. That's the first warning. If we're not aboard that ship in 3 minutes, we'll all be finished in that rocket blast.
Be sure to join us next week for the thrilling story, The Exiles from Denebula, when Instant Ralston and Regular Ralston again present Space Patrol! Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Mike Devery. Other players were Norman Jelly, Ken Mayer, Bela Kovach, and Dick Beals. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Instant Ralston and Regular Ralston again present Space Patrol! This is Dick Tufeld in Los Angeles with the story of one of the fastest planes in the world and a word from the man who test flies it, Joe Lynch. It's North American's Air Force F-86D Sabre Jet Interceptor. Speed well over 700 miles per hour. Wingspan is 37 feet. Length 41. Cruising range 500 miles. Now, by special tape recording made at International Airport, the well-known test pilot of the Sabre, Joe Lynch.
The D is a one-man interceptor, so when you fly it, you're really on your own. That's why I see to it that I'm in good condition all the time. And one way to stay in good condition is by eating a good breakfast cereal, like Rice Chex or Wheat Chex. They're just packed full of energy, and they taste well. I think you'll like them, too.
No other cereal, puffed or flaked, contains so much nourishment in such concentrated bite-sized form. So take a tip from Joe Lynch, George Welch, and other top test pilots. Make your cereals Rice Chex and Wheat Chex. Be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol story in your local ABC television station. Consult your local newspaper for time and channel. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.
Man, was that good. Man, was that good. Horror Junkie, you're making some food, huh? Supper time? Always let us know what you're making and get us hungry. Let's see. Last piece on this instruction. Then I'm going to show you guys what I've done. I think I've gotten pretty far here with that one episode. Here I go. Let me bring up the camera so I can see what I'm showing you. But the antique store coming together. As I spin it here, you can kind of see the first floor take place in the upper video. Hey, right here. But let me bring it in closer and show you how this is coming together with their techniques of brick building. So here's the front door, a couple windows, another big window. I'm laying not the foundation. I'm not laying the foundation. Here's the doors, and it's a unique way that they've got the doors where they kind of swing open. They're kind of tight, so I'm just leaving them shut at the moment. But the entryway is going to be really cool looking. I do like that. I like the tiled floors on the inside in that walk entry there. See it? Look at that big bookcase there. That's so awesome. But yes, that's what I've gotten so far. I think I put the sign up next, and a couple lights have to go in. So I'm getting towards the end of bags 3. So yes, there I go. Now, just a BLT sandwich. Don't say just a BLT sandwich, because bacon, lettuce, tomato. Doesn't get any better. Do you put mayo on your BLT? That kind of brings it all together. I think so. Let's see. Leftovers tonight for Emmett. Cheese pasta after it was made. Good. There you go. Pasta is always good the second time after you warm it up. Add a little butter or something like that. Mix it up after you warm it up. Thank you, JLR. I'm glad you guys are liking this. Can't wait till this is done. Again, I'm building some of this off the streams too, because I've got to get a lot of these things together. I have FunWhole sending me a product which I'll be building within the week, and I will be showing you that. But I'm excited about that too. And then the subsequent builds I'll be doing. I've got a lot of FunWhole stuff here that I'll be building. I have some Chipotle mayo to go with the BLT. Oh, nice, nice, nice. That sounds good. Love the windows, those doors, really neat looking. Oh, indeed, the sign that is going to go up in front of the store. You know what? I could open this bag up and show you guys, because I think it's in this step 3, that I'll be putting the sign up there. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. All the pieces are printed. I didn't take it out of the bag yet, but it's Susan's Antique Company. That's going to go, and they're all printed, no stickers. That's going to go above that doorway where you've seen the black doors. So very, very cool. Anytime you're not doing stickers, I'm happy. So let's get to another Space Patrol so I can continue to build this antique store. Let's see. The next one I will play is going to be from 1954, The Martian Masquerade. Enjoy. And thanks
Instant
everybody.
Ralston and regular Ralston.
And thanks everybody for being here. Please give that thumbs up button, and please leave a comment afterwards if you can. That would be awesome. I'd love to know what you guys think about these sets as I put them together. But definitely leave a comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. Back to Space Patrol. Here we go.
Hot whole wheat cereals in the red and white checkerboard packages present Space Patrol. High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy are on the planet Mars, searching for Carol in an underground storage room filled with ancient, musty books. Suddenly, a sound that's more than a sound presses down upon them.
Commander, my head hurts.
So does mine.
I can hardly stand it. What's causing it, sir?
Ultrasonic vibration.
Yeah, but where are they coming from?
From the resonator up near the ceiling. The vibrations kill insects that attack the old documents.
What'll it do to us?
If we can't shut off that resonator, we'll meet the same fate as the insects.
I like
We'll
Miracle
return
Whip.
in just a moment with today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, The Martian Masquerade. Time's up, Space Patrollers. This is the last call for the terrific Monoview Outer Space Helmet. Yes, this is the last week we can tell you how to get one. So fire rockets and get going, because I don't want any of you to miss out on the fun you can have with an outer space helmet. Now, just think, you can go off on imaginary trips anywhere in the universe through the eyes of that one-way eye plate. You can see everything clearly, but strange and different. A real spaceman's eye view. And with your helmet on, you'll look like an honest-to-goodness spaceman, too. It's a foot high. It slips over your head, rests on your shoulders, covers up your entire head. And that one-way eye plate is like magic. It lets you see out, but nobody can see in. Nobody can tell who you are. And what's more, it's got real-looking oxygen tanks, breathing tubes, and a crackling red and black lightning flash hood printed right on. Yes, sir, it's just what the spaceman ordered.
I was going to say that about the Muskie
This is the
books.
last time we can make this offer. So better swing into action right away. Buy a box of good hot Ralston. Then with your name and address and an instant or regular Ralston box top, send 25 cents in coin to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, The Martian Masquerade. In Commander Corey's central office at Space Patrol headquarters on the man-made planet Terra, Cadet Happy is attempting to explain a sudden change of plans to Carol Carlisle, daughter of the Secretary General of the United Planets.
Well, that's about all I know, Carol, honest.
But I don't understand.
Oh, here's the commander. He'll explain it.
Explain what? Hello, Carol.
Good morning, Buzz. Hap's been trying to tell me that we aren't going to Jupiter.
He's right.
Oh, no.
I've been trying to reach her all morning. Something came up at the last minute. Happy and I have to blast off for Venus right away.
But why, Buzz?
I'm to meet Captain Hallcroft there and pick up some designs for a new secret weapon. Bring them both back to Terra.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess I bought a lot of new things for nothing. No trip to Jupiter.
Well, you'll make the trip all right. I've arranged passage for you in the Solar Queen. Happy and I'll join you in a couple of days after we get Captain Hallcroft safely back to Terra.
Meanwhile, on Venus, in a shabby room at the Venus Plaza, Zyla Kermody sits dejectedly before a dressing table, gazing at her reflection in a mirror. As the door opens quickly behind her, she turns to greet her husband, Earl Kermody.
Well, where have you been?
Where have I been? Wait till you hear it.
I'm waiting. I've been waiting in this rat trap all day and without a thing to eat.
All right, don't jump down my throat, Zyla. Give me a chance to tell you the news.
Look, Earl, all the news I want from you is when do we get back to Mars?
That's what I want to tell you. Look at these. Spaceship tickets.
Well, I won't even ask where you swiped them.
Wait a minute, I didn't steal them. They were given to me by a fellow who wants a certain job done.
Yeah?
Yeah, and if we pull it off right, there's 20,000 credits in it for us. Maybe more.
What kind of a job?
All we got to do is go over to Venus City Space Hotel and remove some documents from one of the guests. Some plans of some kind for a secret weapon. They're in a plastic case just like this one.
Who's got the documents?
Captain Hallcroft. I got his number and everything.
Captain Hallcroft?
Yeah, he's a Space Patrol courier.
Well, are you out of your mind? That's all we need to get into a jam with the Space Patrol.
Zyla, honey, let me finish. There's no danger at all. That is, if you help me.
I don't want any part of this.
Wait a minute. Let me show you something. Here, look at this picture.
Why, it's one of my Hey, it's not me.
Don't you know who this is? It's Carol Carlisle, the Secretary General's daughter. I always said you looked like her.
You really think so?
Sure. A lot of people think so.
Well, of course she wears her hair different, but I could fix mine.
Of course you could, honey. Now, look, all you got to do is get Captain Hallcroft out of his room for a couple of minutes. Then I go in and get the documents.
You mean I pass myself off as Carol Carlisle? You are crazy.
I tell you, there's no risk at all.
How do I get into the Venus City Space Hotel in the first place? Sneak through the freight chute?
No. Look, I've taken a room across the hall from Hallcroft. As far as the hotel staff is concerned, you're Mrs. Donahue.
Where'd you get the money for the room?
From the same guy who gave me the spaceship tickets.
Oh, who's that?
Now, he's a guy working with our old pal, the Martian book dealer.
Scavlin?
Well, Scavlin's just a go-between. But we're to take the documents to his shop in Lowell City on Mars. That's where we'll collect the 20,000 credits.
20,000?
And all you have to do is play Carol Carlisle for 10 minutes.
You don't think this captain would leave his precious documents unguarded for anybody but the Secretary General's daughter, is that it?
He might. But if we hold an ace, why not play it and be sure? Now, here's the way to work.
Elsewhere, in a room on the 28th floor of the Venus City Space Hotel, young Captain Hallcroft tries to read a technical journal. but his eyes keep wandering to the ray gun handy on the table beside him and to the drawer containing a case of valuable documents.
Working on the drain of the lights now.
I hate to disturb you, but I wonder if I could ask you a favor.
Oh, what kind of favor?
I seem to be locked out. The electrolock's stuck, I think.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll phone down to the desk and have them send a man up. If the lock's jammed, you'll need an expert.
Oh, well, that's just what I was trying to avoid. It takes such a lot of explanation. You see, it's not my room. Some friends of mine, the Donahues, have the room across the hall. But they're out for the evening, and I left a package in there.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I know. It sounds strange, but calling downstairs and explaining it caused such a commotion. Oh, not on account of me, but because of my father.
Your father?
I see you don't know who I am. Does the name Carlyle mean anything to you?
Carlyle? Your father's the Secretary General. Of course, Miss Carlyle. I recognize you now from your pictures.
Well, you can imagine what would happen if the hotel staff found out I was here. There'd be such a fuss. I was hoping I could just pick up my father's present from the room and leave quietly.
Sure, I understand. Well, it's the room just across the hall, you say?
Just one door down. I'd be so grateful. It'd only take a minute.
Sure, Miss Carlyle. It'll be a pleasure.
I do hope Mrs. Donahue gave me the right key. Luckily, I saw them in the hotel dining room.
Well, if it was the right key, it should work. Yeah, we'll try it. There you are, Miss Carlyle.
Oh, now why did I have all that trouble? Oh, thank you so much, Captain.
No, not at all. Well, if you excuse me, I'll have...
just one more favor, if you don't mind. If you'll wait here just a minute, I'll give you the key and you can leave it with the clerk later. I'll only be a minute.
All right, Miss Carlyle.
Where is that package? Oh, she said in the bureau drawer. Oh, now, isn't that provoking? Captain, I'm awfully sorry, but could you come in, please?
Well, what seems to be the matter?
Oh, this drawer's stuck. I can't budge it. Would you try?
All right, Miss Carlyle.
A few moments later, Captain Halcroft returns to his room. His ray gun is still on the table, and a quick check shows the document case is still in the drawer. With a sigh of relief, the captain returns to his book. An hour later, there's another knock at the door.
Captain Halcroft? Commander Corey. Come in, sir.
Thanks. Captain, this is Cadet Happy.
How do you do?
How do you do, Captain?
Wasn't expecting you so soon, Commander. But believe me, I'm very glad you're here.
Any trouble?
No, sir.
I'll take the plans, Captain. But you're still to follow your original orders, just as though you still had them.
Yes, sir. Here's the case, Commander.
I'll remove the plans so you can take the case with you. It's empty.
Huh? Smoking rockets.
I don't understand. That case hasn't been out of my sight since it was given to me.
Have you left your room since you checked in here?
No, Commander. I stayed here on guard except a couple of minutes.
Where did you go?
Well, just across the hall, but I wasn't gone for more.
Well, why did you go across the hall?
Well, I guess I'd better tell you the whole story. Miss Carlyle needed help getting into a room.
Who is Miss Carlyle?
Well, the Secretary General's daughter, Carol Carlyle.
Because I felt like it.
Carol Carlyle is on her way to Jupiter.
Yeah, the little...
She looked exactly like her. Hair, eyes, everything.
Yeah, the little things I'm doing here are the lights that it comes with. This is going to be the connections, and so that everything's hidden really good. FunWhole's getting really, really good with hiding their lights. So this is... Hold on, I'm trying to get... So this is going to be a light here. This is going to be a light here, and then another one here. I think over the door, the two lights are going to be poking out above the antique sign, but a really ingenious ways of hiding all of these things. So really cool.
Imposter. You say she had a room right across the hall?
She said it was a friend's room, Mrs. Donahue. I have the key. She left it with me.
Happy, take the key. Check that room.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Captain. We'll go down and talk to the desk clerk.
15 minutes later, Buzz Happy and the very worried Captain Halcroft are in a surface car heading for the Venus City spaceport.
Commander, I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Well, all we can do now is find those crooks.
Well, we're looking for 3 of them, a man and 2 women. Is that right, sir?
No, Happy, just a man and a woman. The woman who posed as Carol is also Mrs. Donahue.
Well, how do you know that, sir?
I showed a picture of the real Carol to the desk clerk. He said that if Mrs. Donahue arranged her hair differently, she'd look exactly like the picture of Carol.
Oh, then she entered the hotel as Mrs. Donahue, went to the room, fixed her hair differently, and knocked on Captain Hellcraft's door, right?
And I fell for it.
You were fooled by an expert, Captain.
She had all the props, even the gift package in the drawer.
Yeah. And while you were opening the drawer, Mr. Donahue slipped into your room and got the documents.
Well, our best bet is to try to leave Venus before the theft is discovered. If they don't show up at the spaceport, we'll start a search of the entire city.
What are we standing around for? Why can't we get aboard the spaceship?
I told you, Zyle, it's going to be late blasting off. There's nothing to worry about. Just relax. In a few hours, we'll be at Scavelin's place in Lowell City.
Look, there's that Captain Hellcroft, and he saw me.
You're just imagining things. Calm down.
I tell you, Earl, it was Hellcroft. He was walking right behind us. Now what'll we do?
Don't get panicky. Wait till it gets farther away, then we'll duck into this freight.
Saw her, Commander. She's here, all right.
Where?
Standing over there by the freight section.
Hey, I see her. Smoking rocket. She sure looks like Carol, all right. Uh-oh. She ducked through a door.
Come on, Hap. We'll follow them. Captain, you wait outside.
Here's the door she ducked into, sir.
Inside, quickly.
There doesn't seem to be anybody here. She must have gone through into another part of the freight office.
Somebody's behind those crates over there. Come on. All right, lady, come on out.
So I'm out.
Hey, no wonder the captain was fooled.
Well, what do you want? I haven't done anything.
If you haven't, I'm sure you won't mind coming with us.
You're wrong, mister.
Look out, Commander! Wait, you...
Oh, you really clobbered him.
Come on, let's get out of here.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. Gang, hurry, hurry, hurry. This is positively, absolutely, definitely the final week we can tell you about the terrific, the sensational, the wonderful Monoview Outer Space Helmet. So hurry, hurry, hurry. This is the last time we can offer the swell Monoview Outer Space Helmet and tell you about the swell times and the swell fun you can have with one. You know, it's the one and only outer space helmet that keeps your identity a complete secret. Because that one-way eye plate lets you see out, but nobody else can see in. It's got special outer space ear plates, too. Everything you hear sounds like it's coming from way out in space. And don't you forget about those real-looking oxygen tanks, breathing tubes, and neat lightning flash hood printed on. So hurry, hurry, hurry. For only a quarter, 25 cents on a box top, you can get a Monoview Outer Space Helmet. Just buy a box of good hot Ralston. Then with your name and address and an instant or regular Ralston box top, send 25 cents in coin to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. And now back to our Space Patrol adventure, The Martian Masquerade. Taking advantage of her striking resemblance to the Secretary General's daughter, Zyla Kermody helped her husband steal plans for a secret Space Patrol weapon from Captain Hellcroft. A short time later, Commander Corey and Cadet Happy arrived at Venus City, discovered the theft, and rushed to the Venus City spaceport in time to catch Zyla. But while questioning her, Buzz and Happy were knocked out by Earl Kermody. Unaware of this latest development, Captain Hellcroft waits for them to come out of the freight station, but as moments go by, he becomes worried and goes in to investigate and discovers Buzz and Happy lying on the floor.
Commander, Cadet. Commander, what happened?
I'm not sure.
There's a big guy with a club. First he hit you, Commander. Well, before I could get out of the way, he hit me.
Same man I saw outside talking to the girl.
They may still be at the spaceport. We'll contact the control tower and order all ships grounded until we can make a search.
Commander, if they got away, I think I know where they might be going.
Where?
Well, when I first spotted the girl here at the spaceport, I passed by close enough to hear part of their conversation. They mentioned Lowell City.
Mars.
Did you hear anything else, Captain?
That was a name. A rather odd one. Scavs something or other. Scavelin, I think it was.
We'll check on that later. Let's alert the control tower.
All ships are grounded while a search is made for a girl resembling Carol Carlisle. Guards at all exits are questioned, but there is no trace of her. Then, following the clue offered by Captain Halcroft, Buzz and Happy board the Terra 5 and blast off for Mars. With Happy at the controls of the ship, Buzz finishes a call to Space Patrol headquarters.
Now, that's all, but remember, when you locate Miss Carlisle, ask her to call me immediately on my private frequency. Corey out.
Any luck, Commander?
Captain Halcroft was right.
What do you mean, sir?
There is someone named Scavelin in Lowell City. Uriah Scavelin. He runs a bookstore.
Bookstore? It doesn't sound very suspicious.
No, in fact, it's quite innocent. So innocent that I wonder why people like our friends the Donahues would be interested in it right after pulling a robbery.
Yeah, that is strange. Well, has this Scavelin any kind of a record?
No, but our Mars agents have been to his shop several times. You see, he specializes in rare books, first editions, collector's items. When such books are stolen, our men naturally contact all dealers, Scavelin among them.
Well, have you tried having Major Robertson run a search through our master files on the Donahues?
Yes, but I doubt that anything will turn up. That woman's name is no more Donahue than it is Carlisle.
Yeah, I guess it's right.
However, if the phony Miss Carlisle or Mrs. Donahue visits Scavelin's, it'll be reported to Lowell City headquarters.
Carol Carlisle at Jupiter City headquarters calling Commander Corey aboard Terra 5. Carol Carlisle to Commander Corey.
Corey here.
Oh, I just got your message. When did you arrive at Jupiter City?
There's a change in plans, Carol.
Oh, Buzz, not again.
Yes, and you're directly involved. Get the first passenger ship to Mars. I'll meet you at Lowell City Space Patrol headquarters.
Mars? But why are you going there?
I'll explain when you arrive.
Well, can't you tell me over the spacephone?
Definitely not. Corey out.
Well, after that, I'll bet Carol will be there waiting for us.
A tall man and a blonde girl stroll down a side street in Lowell City, capital of Mars. The man carries a package under his arm, a package that might conceivably be a book. They pause before a large store bearing a sign, Scavelin's Bookshop.
Oh, wait.
Come on, Zyla. What are you holding back for?
I don't think we should go in there.
How else are we going to collect? Come on. No, here he comes. Let me do the talking.
May I help you?
I brought in that rare document I mentioned the other day, Mr. Scavelin.
Oh, let's see it.
I'll unwrap it.
It doesn't look like much to me, just a book.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Open it up.
This is a rare item.
Well, then it's genuine.
I'll drop back in a few days after I have a chance to examine it.
Say, what about our money? Where's the 20,000 credits?
Oh, you don't understand. I haven't the money to pay you for this document, but I do have potential buyers. If they are interested, they will pay me and I will pay you.
Look, Scavelin, we ran a lot of risk to get those plans.
Alec, let's do as Mr. Scavelin says.
Oh, right. I don't like the setup.
Mr. Scavelin's perfectly reliable, dear. Now, until he contacts me, you and I'd better split up.
Split up? What for?
We stand less chance of being caught if we're not together. Now, you go to our old place and wait for me to call you.
Just a minute. Where will you be?
Don't worry, I'll keep in touch. Now, you run along.
Hours later, in Space Patrol headquarters at Lowell City, Carol listens to Commander Corey's account of the theft.
And you know where she is?
Yes, one of our agents trailed her when she left Scavelin's bookstore. We don't know where her partner is or what they've done with the plans.
Wouldn't you say the plans are in the bookshop, Commander?
That's likely, but to raid the bookshop now might give Scavelin a chance to tip off the ringleaders. I'm hoping Carol can help us.
I'll do anything I can, Buzz.
I want you to go to Scavelin's and try to get some evidence. It may be risky, so I'm giving you a miniature spacephone to conceal on your person. We found out that the woman's name is Zyla Kermendy. Her husband's name is Earl.
Well, what do you want me to do at Scavelin's?
I want you to impersonate the girl who impersonated you.
Yes, ma'am. May I help you?
Have you got the money?
Money?
You remember me. I was here the other day with my husband, Earl.
Oh, yes, I remember.
I asked you, have you got the money?
The arrangement was that I am to contact Mr. Kermendy.
Yes, but Earl changed his mind. He's tired of waiting. He can sell the plans himself. He wants you to hand them over to me, now.
Why is he in such a hurry? And why didn't he come?
He's afraid he's being watched. If he came here, the Space Patrol would get Earl and you, too.
Well, if that's the way it's got to be, just wait here a moment, Mrs. Kermendy.
Oh, sure.
Carmody, this is Scavlin. You better get over here right away.
You got the money?
No, but your wife's trying to double-cross you.
Huh? She come to the shop?
She's here now.
All right, keep stalling. I'll be right over.
Okay.
Moments pass in the quiet, musty bookshop. Carol waits anxiously for the proprietor, Uriah Scavlin, to return. In another part of the store, she hears a series of muffled scraping sounds, as though heavy boxes were being moved. Could it be that Scavlin really is going to remove the stolen plans from hiding and give them to her? Suddenly, the street door bursts open.
There you are here, Siler. I'll fix you, you double-crossing little...
Go, you're
I
hurting
never thought
me.
you'd try to pull a trick like this. Wait a minute. Scavlin, where are you?
Right here. And if you're going to beat your wife up, do it somewhere else.
This isn't my wife. This isn't Zyla.
It isn't?
No.
Then who is it?
It's the Secretary General's daughter. She knows the whole setup. Space Patrol must have sent her here as a spy. We've got to get rid of her.
We'll hide her in the basement with all those old books.
Mean where you've got the secret plans hidden?
Yes, get her down there, quickly.
All right,
Yeah,
come on,
old-
sister.
the old
Get
musty
going.
books.
Down the stairs.
A few moments later, a Space Patrol surface car screams to a stop in front of the bookshop, and two men rush to the door.
It's locked, Commander. I can fix that. Now, before the space phone cut off, they put Carol in a basement. Let's find the stairs.
I haven't heard a sound out of that miniature spaceophone for several minutes.
Hope we're not too late. I hear the stairs, Happy. Have your ray gun ready.
Yes, sir. Gee, this place is musty.
Yeah. Carol! Carol, where are you?
Oh, Buzz, is that you?
She's down this way, sir.
Buzz, happy. And the spaceophone worked after all. When they threw me down here, they broke it, and I was afraid you didn't hear me.
Where are they now?
They said something about getting a truck.
We'll get you out of here, then come back and look for the plans.
Yeah, before Scavlin and Carmody get back.
What's that?
The door closed.
Uh-oh. Looks like the boys are back. We're locked in here.
Oh, Buzz.
Now, don't worry, we're still all right. Captain Halcroft will realize there's trouble when he doesn't hear from us.
Yeah, and...
Got to show you the way an ingenious way of putting the lights and hiding the... That's always something I hated with lights, that wires are everywhere, and they're hidden so well. There's going to be a light, if you can see on the inside, right there, that's going to illuminate the inside of the store. But then this is going to light up the outside. So, very cool. And that sign in the front doors looks so frickin' good. Pardon my language. Frickin' isn't bad language. So, anyways. Okay, so there you go. I just wanted to show you guys that. Almost done with bag 3. Some more steps, and I'm done.
Commander, my head hurts.
It's some terrible pressure. What's happening?
It's ultrasonic vibrations.
Where are they coming from?
From the resonator up near the ceiling. Vibrations kill the insects that attack these old books.
Yeah, well, what'll it do to us?
Well, if we can't shut off that resonator, we'll meet the same fate as the insects.
Buzz, I can't stand it any longer. The pain's driving me crazy.
Cap, we've got to act fast.
I can hardly move, and it sounds getting louder.
It isn't the audible sound that's hurting us. It's the higher cycles. Happy, if we can move that ladder, raise it up, crash it against the resonator.
I'll try it, sir. It's heavy, awful heavy. Commander, I can't hold it.
Here, I'll try it, Hap. It'll only reach.
Hey, Commander, maybe I can climb it.
You'd lose your balance, sure.
You're getting it, sir. The top of the ladder is right next to the resonator. Push it hard, sir. You did it, sir. It's off. You broke the circuit.
Yeah.
Hey, Commander, Carol fainted.
I know. She'll be all right. That gives me an idea. Listen.
Don't do anything in there, Scavlin.
Of course not. The walls are insulated. But I can guarantee there isn't anything alive in that room. 1 minute of those ultrasonic vibrations is all a human being can take.
You've had 5.
I'll cut the switch. Now we'll open the door and take inventory.
Yeah, there they are, the 3 of them.
Now, the best thing for us to do is to get the plans and get out of here.
Now, where'd you put them?
Oh, right up here in this old book.
That's all we wanted to know.
Scavlin, they're alive.
You bet we are.
Get Scavlin happy. I'll take care of Carmody. Keep an eye on him, Happy, while I take care of Carol.
I'm I'm all right, Buzz.
Here, I'll help you up.
Oh, thanks, Buzz.
Happy, I thought I told you to keep an eye on our prisoners.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I was just noticing a book here. A real old one, printed way back in 1955.
1955? Well, that's 1,000 years old.
Commander, can I take it with me to read in the ship on the way back to Terra? It looks real interesting.
Oh, what's the title?
Why Man Can Never Visit Other Planets.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment.
Space Patrollers, this is your commander. Now, I want every one of you to listen carefully to this message on the reminder meter. Now, listen. Here goes.
Send away today for your MonoView Outer Space Helmet.
Get it? Now, I want all of you to do just what the reminder meter says, because time is running out. This is the last time I can tell you about the sensational MonoView Outer Space Helmet, the official Space Patrol helmet that I wear on secret missions. You know, with your helmet on, your disguise is complete. The specially designed one-way eye plate lets you see out clearly, but nobody else can see in or tell who you are. Remember, too, the helmet has real-looking printed oxygen tanks and breathing tubes. Comes in mighty handy on space jaunts. And there's outer space ear plates, gleaming light and flash
jaunts.
good. Yes, everything for the Space Patroller. Captain Tufeld, tell the Space Patrollers how to get one.
Yes, sir, Commander. Just buy a box of good hot Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and an instant or regular Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. And send away today for your MonoView Outer Space Helmet. And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are searching through an abandoned spaceship, half buried in a landslide in the mountains of Venus.
Whatever forced this spaceship to land certainly wasn't the lack of fuel. Just look at all these drums bolted to the racks.
They all seem to be full.
Commander, the ship's moving.
The dirt's getting away. We're sliding down the slope.
Commander, the fuel drums are breaking loose.
Run for the next compartment. If one of the drums hits us, we'll be crushed.
Commander!
Be sure to join us next week for the thrilling story, The Treasure of Mount Roll Cab, when Instant Ralston and Regular Ralston again present Space Patrol! Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Mike Devery. Other players were Virginia Hewitt, Ken Mayer, and Norman Jolly. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Instant Ralston and Regular Ralston again present Space Patrol! This is Dick Tufeld in St. Louis reporting on the twin-jet Air Force fighter, the McDonnell Voodoo XF-88A. In a moment, we'll hear from the noted test pilot who flies this plane, Phil Houghton. Speed of the Voodoo is a military secret, but it's plenty fast. Wingspan is 40 feet, length 55, weight 10 tons. And now, Phil Houghton recorded this morning at Lambert Airfield.
After seeing the Voodoo, I guess you know why I like my job. There's one thing about it, though. A test pilot has to stay in good condition, get lots of sleep, and eat good, healthy food. That's why I like rice checks and wheat checks for breakfast. They've got plenty of energy in them, and they really taste swell. I think you'll like them, too.
No other cereal, puffed or flaked, contains so much nourishment in such concentrated bite-sized form. So do as Phil Houghton, J. Ray Donahue Jr., and other top test pilots do. Make your cereals rice checks and wheat checks. Be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC television station. Consult your local newspaper for time and channel. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.
Okay. I think pretty much done with bag 3, although I've got some pieces here. What's going on? Well, there's probably another step yet. So, yeah. Hey, Sean, what's going on? Oh boy, my keyboard just fell. Good to see you, Sean. Everybody, 30 people here. Thank you, guys. Please, everybody, give a thumbs up if you're enjoying the shows, the old sci-fi shows, Space Patrol, and me building this. Let me get another close-up again because I'm done putting the 2 lights that are going to light up. And just wait, you guys, until this baby lights up. There are the 2 lights, like the little, what are they? Lamp lights in the front. Really good job that they did. And I tell you, it's, again, getting easier to put these lights together and hide them. Next part is hiding the wires that are going to go inside. This one's going to skim around towards the back where it plugs in to where I have to light everything up. But that's looking pretty good. That's the entryway. And yes, that shelf is going to span 2 stories. If you can see from the video above me, yeah. So very, very cool. Definitely love this. Can't say enough about it, man. It had 3 settings: basic, amplifier, warble, and buzzing. That is what I love about these shows, man. Is just everything that the helmet. Emmett says the front entrance of the store. Yeah, love it, man. It is just too cool. Lego better step it up with their modulars, I'll tell you that much. I can't wait for, I think around, oh my God, November, somewhere around there, we'll get another modular, the yearly modular from Lego. Can't wait for that either. But okay, so let's do another one, and let me continue to finish this up. It's about 8 o'clock here in Ohio. We'll probably take this another hour, so we shall see how far we can get. That one is over. Let's do another Space Patrol. This one, let's do Revenge of Dr. Jaeger. No, wait, you know what? Let's do The Serpent of Saturn. The Serpent of Saturn, 1954. February 27th of 1954, Space Patrol, The Serpent of Saturn. Here we go. Thank you all for being here. Leave a comment afterwards, please.
Rice checks
Please.
and wheat checks. The bite-sized cereals in the red and white checkerboard packages present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed adventure, Buzz and Happy are climbing a steep mountain on the planet Venus in pursuit of a criminal.
We're running straight all right, Commander. See? There's where he dug a foothold.
Watch your step, Happy. It's a 2,000-foot drop if you slip.
I think I'd better rest a minute, sir. I'm getting dizzy. Everything's getting dark.
I noticed the same thing, but it's not dizziness. My head's perfectly clear.
Hey, look at the sun. I can hardly see it. It must be an eclipse.
Venus doesn't have a moon. There can't be an eclipse.
Smoke of rockets. It's pitch dark.
This is Vogan's work. He's got the blackout beam on us. If we try to move another inch in this darkness, we'll drop into the chasm.
We'll return in just a moment with today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, The Serpent of Saturn. Here he comes, gang. Here he comes. The fastest boy on roller skates in the neighborhood. Get
the thing is, if I zoom in any more on the build, then it'll kind of mess up everything else, the way I got it set up. Unless you guys don't want to see me. I think the view of the camera above, and then I can pick it up and show you guys what I'm doing, is kind of the best way. I could always shrink me even smaller. I can do that if that's fine. It's just if you're on a tablet or your computer or even TV, some people watch this on the Roku, you can see a lot more details because the picture above with the box and seeing it this way also is a way that people see it. So I think this is the best setup unless, I come to realize that people just want to see, the build itself and just don't want to see my face. I mean, I get that. But, yeah, that's as close as I can get it. And I do keep picking it up for you guys, but, yeah, sorry, D. I'm trying. But here we go. Back to the Serpent of Saturn.
Up and go, and look at him go. Wow! Now, there's a space patroller who really has it. He just got up from a good, nourishing breakfast. Just finished off a big bowl of rice checks with plenty of milk and sugar. He's packed full of action energy, the kind of action energy that'll help to make you a whizzer on rollers and help make you so alert that you can come up with the right answers in your classroom. Yes, sir, Space Patrollers, you start off any day ready for action when you eat a whopping good breakfast with Rice
Ready
Chex.
for the next bag?
Because Rice Chex is tops for get up and go. Tops for taste, too. A delicious triple toasted shredded rice treat that's good with milk or cream and super good with fruit. And tops for size because it's bite size, the just right size for easy eating. So, gang, try Rice Chex yourself. And try Wheat Chex, that wonderful, wonderful whole wheat cereal. Rich in energy, swell tasting, and bite size. So don't forget Chex, rice, or wheat. It's tops three-way.
D, I will try to see if I can change that a little bit next time, the next stream. Maybe get this a little bit closer. So I will try. Or shrink me and make that just a little bit bigger. Maybe just making it a little bit bigger will help. Yeah. So I'll try that.
For taste, for size, for get up and go. Look for them in the red and white checkerboard packages with the picture of Commander Corey or Cadet Happy on the front and the neat free Space Patrol trading card inside. Rice Chex, Wheat Chex. And now, today's Space Patrol adventure, the Serpent of Saturn. Ordinarily, the appearance of the monthly Space Patrol Bulletin is a routine event. It causes no excitement, except perhaps among the officers and men of the publication section who are charged with the responsibility of preparing this official monthly report on Space Patrol activities. But this time, there is considerable interest in the document by every level of command. In his central office at Space Patrol headquarters on Terra, Commander Corey frowns and shakes his head as he examines a copy of the bulletin. Cadet Happy, returning from an errand in another part of headquarters, fails to notice the commander's unusually serious manner.
Gee, Commander, everybody's sure studious all of a sudden. All over headquarters, people are reading the bulletin, even the file clerks. I guess the editors added a page of jokes.
There's certainly nothing funny in this issue of the bulletin, Happy.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Especially in the Secretary General's notes in the margin of this copy.
Something wrong?
Plenty.
Those
Hey,
robberies,
Fluff Check.
Partly, but it's more than that. Do you realize that in the past 10 days there have been 23 cases of assaults against space patrollers? And all apparently without reason.
I heard about a couple of them, sir. One on Venus and another one on Pluto.
Well, if we hadn't been so busy on Neptune the past week, I'd have alerted our men to take special precautions. Now, take a look at this breakdown here in the bulletin.
All over the solar system. Lowell City, Jupiter City, the Lunar Fleet Base.
And in every case, our men were the victims of unprovoked assaults. Jumped from ambush, beaten.
But why?
Well, I think it's part of a carefully organized attempt to demoralize the Space Patrol.
You mean some sort of a gang is behind it, Commander?
Yes. Looking at each incident individually, one might think that a group of hoodlums just
juvenile
decided to gang up
space
on the
gang.
Uh-huh.
When you put them all together, a rather interesting coincidence shows up. You notice whenever a beating occurred, a robbery followed within a day or two in the same locality.
Oh, then you think the gang behind the robberies is also behind the beatings.
That's about the size of it, Happy. Apparently, the plan is this, to try to get our agents concerned about their own personal safety and reduce their efficiency.
Well, if it keeps on like this, it might work.
We're not going to let it. This gang has succeeded so far because it's well organized and evidently has spies in high places.
What's the plan, sir?
Well, the last attack on space patrollers occurred in Jupiter.
That was simple. I was running out of room, and I'm like, all I needed to do... Oh, jeez. Oh, that was a close one. I nearly knocked all these on the floor. All I needed to do was push the box up a little bit. Now I got all this room for more parts. But I better watch out. I'm going to knock this thing over. Okay, back to Space Patrol. There we go.
City at the spaceport, right?
Well, yes, sir. Those two off-duty pilots. Oh, you mean if they follow the pattern, the gang may be planning a robbery at Jupiter City?
Exactly. And the only thing we can do now is to alert our men in Jupiter City.
Major Robertson to Commander Corey.
Robbie's calling, sir.
Yes, Robbie?
Commander, we've got another one.
A robbery?
Yeah, and it's really serious. A model of the blackout beam has disappeared right out of the Jupiter City lab.
Jupiter City? Hey, Commander, you sure called that one.
Yes,
Hey, I
too
don't
late.
see Sally.
Robbie, blast off for
Where's
Jupiter
Sally?
City immediately.
Yes, sir.
Make a thorough check of security measures. I want a brainograph test made of everyone at the Jupiter City lab. Spaceophone a complete report to me.
Meantime, in one of the finest buildings in Saturn City, capital of the ringed planet, a huge, broad-shouldered man sits behind a desk in a large but simply furnished office. Coiled on the desk, in a lifelike pose, is a startling example of the taxidermist's art, a hooded cobra. The large man presses a button, and a moment later, a door opens, and Thad Vogan swaggers in.
Yes, Mr. Gargeth?
Vogan, the Venus Express will blast off in half an hour. You will be aboard.
Yes, sir.
When you arrive in Venus City, we'll charter an atmosphere ship and go to our hideout at the base of Mount Janik. You will
That was
pose
close.
as a botanist collecting samples.
I understand the Venus wildflowers are quite beautiful this time of year.
You can admire the flowers while you wait for Preston.
What's my business with Preston, Mr. Gargeth?
You will give him an instrument which you will find in the emergency tool locker of the atmosphere ship. The light neutralizer.
Oh, you've got the blackout beam.
Of course. Right out of the Jupiter City Space Patrol laboratory.
I'll bet Corey's tearing his hair.
Unfortunately for our
There's
cause,
Sally.
Corey is
Hey,
given
Sally.
more direct and effective action. However, I think we can divert Corey's attention.
I'll rough up some more of his men.
This time I'll rough up Corey himself.
That's taking on quite a job, isn't it, Mr. Gargeth?
It's time we struck at Corey before he strikes at me.
Yes, but how?
It's very simple. Corey will be informed that the Cobra will rob Automatic Factory R18 outside of Saturn City.
But, Mr. Gargeth, the Space Patrol doesn't even know your organization exists. Why tip him off?
We can't hope to keep our operations a secret indefinitely. Corey must have figured out by now that these robberies have been masterminded by one organization.
Yes, but to use our secret name.
Why do you think I selected Cobra as my insignia?
Well,
You think I'm just being melodramatic, don't you? I selected the Cobra as an emblem because of its psychological effect. To the average person, the Cobra suggests something silent, ominous, and deadly. Isn't that right?
yes, Mr. Gargeth.
Fear is a useful weapon. Before long, we will have the inhabitants of all 10 planets shuddering at the mention of the Cobra. Even the Space Patrol.
But how does that take care of Corey?
You think Corey would miss a chance to capture the leader of a gang that has pulled off more than 20 daring and successful robberies?
Oh, I don't suppose he would.
That's why I'm going to lure him to Factory R18.
Just how are you going to do that?
There's a civilian clerk named Walter Reiner at Corey's headquarters on Terra.
Oh, yes, he gave us some information once.
Reiner isn't much use to us, too undependable. But I'm going to plant some information on Reiner and have Corey tipped off. Corey will think he's uncovered a plot. And fly right into our trap.
Sometime later, at Space Patrol headquarters on Terra, Happy enters the commander's office with an extremely nervous young man, Walter Reiner.
This is Reiner, sir.
Thanks, Happy. Sit down, Reiner.
Yes, Commander, thank you.
I'll tell you why I've brought you here. I've received 2 anonymous tips that you have some information about a robbery.
A robbery? No, sir, that's not true.
And somebody seems quite determined to get you into trouble. Can you think of anyone who would have reason to
They
do this?
overkill with an
Why,
O.
no, sir. Believe me, if I knew anything about a robbery, I'd report it at once.
According to these 2 informants, you're supposed to be carrying written information on you right now. Information that you're to pass on to someone else.
But that's not true, Commander. You can search me if you want. Here, I'll empty my pockets. You can examine everything. Here's my identification folder. You can look through that. There is nothing in it but...
Something wrong?
It's a slip of paper. But I don't know how it got there.
Let me see it. Plan 4 is now in effect. The Cobra will personally supervise a theft of radioactive strontium from Automatic Factory R18
north of Saturn City at 1800 hours Universal Star Time.
Smoking rockets.
I don't know anything about it. Honestly, Commander. I know it looks bad, but I swear I don't know anything about
This
it.
cobra that's mentioned here, does that mean anything to you?
No, sir, not a thing. It's a horrible trick.
All right, Reiner, all
It's
right.
somebody's idea of a joke.
I said it's all right, Reiner.
You mean you believe me?
Somebody was very anxious for me to find this on you.
Sweet
Just go back to your work and don't say anything
What's
to
going
anybody
on?
about it, understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commander. Thank you very much.
Wow. Somebody sure must have it in for Reiner to play a trick like
I
that.
want Reiner watched, Happy. I'll assign a man to trail him and contact Saturn Space Patrol. I'm going to put a heavy guard on Factory R18.
You mean that Reiner isn't on the level and there really is going to be a robbery?
I think someone's trying to lure me to the factory. As for Reiner, he may be an innocent dupe. We'll watch him for a while.
Commander, he's coming back.
Commander, I got to tell you something.
Yes, Reiner, what is it?
I didn't tell you the whole truth before. When you let me go, I was relieved. Then I got scared. I'm afraid of what they might do to me.
What do you mean by they?
The gang, the Cobra gang.
And you did know about that note?
No, sir.
Well, who is this Cobra?
I don't know. But he's got a powerful organization of criminals. They're behind all of those robberies.
And you're a member of the gang?
No, not exactly. I just sold him some information a few months ago about some security control procedure.
Whom did you deal with?
Was a man named Wogan. Thad Wogan. He's one of the higher-ups.
Why are you telling all this now?
Because I think they want to get me out of the way. They're afraid
Double-cross them the way you did the Space Patrol?
I'll make up for it. I know more about the gang than they think I do. I know their secret space-phone frequency.
All right, Reiner. Start at the beginning and give me the whole story.
Even after hours of careful questioning, Commander Corey is able to obtain only a few useful bits of information about the band of criminals. Then, with Reiner in custody, Buzz and Appy begin the tedious task of checking the gang's frequencies.
Nothing on this band so far, sir. You suppose Reiner made a mistake in the frequencies?
Well, what he told us checks with the brainograph test.
Imagine that little rat selling security secrets. I'd sure like to know who's the head of this
Bogan
outfit.
calling Cobra.
Hold it, Happy.
Bogan to Cobra.
You got something?
Bogan to Cobra.
Cobra here. Go ahead, Bogan.
I'm set up at Mount Janik.
Have you tried the neutralizer?
Yeah, it works fine. We can put it to uses the Space Patrol never dreamed of.
They've got the light neutralizer.
All right. Preston will relieve you of the machine at about 1700 hours tomorrow. Just sit tight. Cobra out.
Mount Janik. It's about 300 miles north of Venus City. Let's get to the ship, Happy. Bogan is going to be relieved of that light neutralizer sooner than he thinks.
High above the cloud-draped peak of Mount Janik, the Terra 5 circles slowly. Then, using repel array, begins to descend as Buzz and Happy scan the terrain by sensitive view-scopes. In a small building at the base of the mountain, Thad Bogan clicks on a spaceophone.
Cobra calling Bogan. Come in, Bogan.
Bogan here. Go ahead.
Something's gone wrong. Don't wait for Preston. Take the light neutralizer and get out of there.
What's the matter?
Corey didn't fall for that robbery. He's arrested Reiner, and the little sap knows more about our organization than you thought he did.
He doesn't know a thing about it. Nothing that could hurt us anyway.
Look, Bogan, do what I tell you. Get the neutralizer and get out of there.
Thanks,
I'll
Chris.
contact you later. Cobra out.
Now, listen, boss. What's he getting all excited about? Everything was just fine and... Who could that be? Well, this paralyzer ray will take care of the situation.
Yes, I do save the boxes. Some of them look really, really good, so yeah, I have to save the boxes. As if I got the room, but, you know, I do the best I can.
All right, drop that gun.
Sure, Space Patroller. Like this. Get him, Hap. Now, while you're both relaxed, enjoying the effects of my paralyzer ray, I'm going to make sure I won't be bothered by you again. This building is quite flimsily constructed. Have you noticed? A few touches with this atomo torch, and this room will be a roaring inferno.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. This is Dick Tufeld in Los Angeles reporting on a plane that can fly 1,000 miles without refueling, the North American FJ-2 Fury. In a moment, we'll hear from the well-known test pilot on this Navy jet plane, J. Ray Donahue, Jr. The Fury is a carrier-based fighter armed with 4 20-millimeter cannons. It flies 650 miles per hour, has an altitude mark of 45,000 feet, its length 37 feet. Now, J. Ray Donahue, Jr. recorded at Edwards Air Force Base.
To fly at supersonic speeds, a test pilot must have plenty of energy. That's why I always get a good night's sleep and start the day off with a good breakfast cereal like Rice Chex or Wheat Chex. They have plenty of energy, and they taste mighty fine. And I know that you'll like them, too.
No other cereal, puffed or flaked, contains so much nourishment in such concentrated bite-sized form. So take a tip from J. Ray Donahue, Jr., Bob Love, and other top test pilots. Make your cereals Rice Chex and Wheat Chex.
And Space Patrol.
And now back to our Space Patrol adventure, The Serpent of Saturn. Gargoth, who calls himself the Cobra, has organized a band of criminals that has successfully committed scores of daring robberies. Commander Corey and Cadet Happy trace...
Yeah, D. I'll tell you what. Honestly, in my own opinion, the Lego boxes look really cool, too. Some of them. Not all of them do. But they're made of, like, thin cardboard that dents easy and gets messed up very easy. That's the American way, right? I don't know how else to say it. But FunWhole, not only are the pieces like top notch and everything, and by no means am I saying, I'm talking about the cardboard boxes, like you said. This thing, you can beat the living heck out of it with, I could punch it and everything. Well, if I punch it open. But this is so hard, and the designs on this are so good, you really can't mess it up, and it is a good display box. So yeah, I keep these, and I will work on some way to display them. But yeah, no, you are right. They definitely, and this one is a really nice one. The artwork. I didn't even show you the side of it either. The side of it has the people on there, and the back shows their like city town center that they're building, which includes the book cafe, which I'll be working on that eventually. I don't know if it's going to be next. I think the next thing I'm going to do is work on the carousel or Ferris wheel. I think the Ferris wheel for the amusement park. But yeah, this little city, and there's a whole story about it, and the figures on the side. I can't say enough about how sturdy the box is. If I did that to the Lego box, it would smash. I'm just saying. Anyways, but listen, by no means, I love Lego sets, and I anticipate every one that comes out. But I wish they would up their game with their boxes. But they're a $1 billion business anyways, so I mean, they probably just don't care. Anyways, back to Space Patrol, the Serpent of Saturn.
Gargoth's chief henchman, Thad Vogan, to a hideout at the base of Mount Janik on the planet Venus. When Buzz and Happy entered the small building, Vogan rendered the space patrollers helpless with a paralyzer ray. Then, to prevent pursuit, he set fire to the building. Now, as the flames roar about them, Buzz and Happy struggle against the effects of the paralyzer ray.
Hey, Commander, I can move a little. Try to stand up, Happy. The heat. This place is like a furnace. If we can't shake the ray effect off in a couple of minutes, we're finished. I can move my arms, but I can't stand up. I made it. My legs are numb, but I can walk. Here, give me your hand. Lean on me. It's wearing...
Well, Sally, let me tell you this. Lego charges an arm and a leg. FunWhole, this would be like at least 200, maybe two something, $200 or more. I don't know. With a cheaper box. And yeah, I got this from Amazon with I think 20% off. Like Labor Day today is 20% off everything that you buy, making this like $70, I think, when I bought it. So there is no comparison with FunWhole sets compared to Lego. It's like a third of the cost. I mean, it's unbelievable, and it comes with light kits. If you want to light up your Lego, like say Jazz Club, if you want to light it up, not only do you got to buy the Jazz Club, which, you know, these are $300 buildings or whatever. Some of the light kits cost just as much as the sets. You're paying at least $100 for the light kits. With these come with it, and you're still paying only $70. Go check it out on Amazon. Most of those sets, not all of them, they range from like 100 to, you know, 70, you know, within there, depending on. I mean, this has got, you know, how many pieces did I say? Almost 3,000 pieces. I mean, that's approaching $250 for Lego, depending on what it is. But yeah, no, they and they're well made. I don't know what to say. Anyways, continuing.
I'm gonna make it. A few more steps, we'll be outside the building.
By the way, I got an antique purse, I think.
We made it. Wow. Yeah, I got a lucky break. The charge in Vogan's ray gun was fairly light. Commander, look back at the building. We got out just in time. Can you see Vogan anywhere? No, sir. The smoke is too thick. But he couldn't have blasted off yet. Would have hurt his ship. There he is, headed for his ship. Yeah, I see him now. Hey, what's that he's carrying? Must be the light neutralizer. Oh, if my legs weren't so numb, we could catch him. Uh-oh, he saw us. Just exactly. Come back here. He acts like he's considering it. No. He's not going to risk getting within range of our ray guns. I bet he wishes he'd taken them from us. He was so sure his fire trap was going to work. Hey, that's funny. He's not going to his ship after all. He's heading for the mountain. Come on, Hap, let's try to follow him. Yes, sir. Why didn't he go to his ship? We couldn't have stopped him from blasting off. Oh, it's an atmosphere job. Logan probably figures we could space a phone for a patrol ship to go after him. Yeah, sure. He's taking a chance on losing us on the mountain. You have your miniature spaceophone, Hap? Yes, sir. Report to Venus City headquarters and keep on after Vogan.
With Buzz and Happy doggedly following him, Thad Vogan climbs higher and higher up the steep face of Mount Janik. At first, he outdistances them. But as the minutes go by, the effects of the paralyzer ray wear off, and Buzz and Happy start gaining on Vogan.
Vogan's sure hanging onto that light neutralizer. If you throw it away, he'd be able to climb a lot faster.
He won't drop it till he has to.
I hope he hangs on to it. After the way we're risking our necks to get it back.
I'll say this for Vogan. He climbs like a mountain goat.
I'll say. Hey, Commander, is that model the only light neutralizer in existence?
Yes. This model was to be tested, then if proved successful, a larger model was to be made into a spaceship.
Well, does it really black out light completely?
It can, but it's designed to reduce the sun's glare on ships making flights on sunward vectors, particularly between the inner planets.
It sure would come in handy on construction jobs on space platforms.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it looks like Vogan's going to take us clear to the top.
Make sure he doesn't get directly above us and drop a rock on us.
We're still on his trail, sir. See, here's where he dug a foothold.
Watch your step, Happy. It's a 2,000-foot drop if you slip.
I think I'd better rest a minute, sir. Getting dizzy. Everything's getting dark.
I noticed the same thing, but it's not dizziness. My head's perfectly clear.
Hey, look at the sun. I can hardly see it. Hey, there must be an eclipse.
Thanks, Sean.
Eclipse on Venus?
Hey, that's right. Venus doesn't have a moon. But there can't be an eclipse.
I don't have a Discord for Dino Brickhaven, just the Late Horror.
It's a heavy fog, maybe.
Don't move, Hap.
Smoking rockets, it's pitch dark.
Vogan's turned the blackout beam on us, the light neutralizer. If we try to move another inch in this darkness, we'll drop into the chasm.
Well, isn't he in the same fix we are?
Not necessarily. The neutralizer can be adjusted to dim out light all around you, or it can be focused in a beam.
If we only had our atomo lights.
They wouldn't work, Happy. The field of the neutralizer cuts out all light waves.
Well, what are we going to do? We can't go back down. We can't go ahead, and... Well, Vogan's got us at his mercy.
Hey, Brian.
One thing, he can't see us.
He doesn't have to see us. All he's got to do is wait until we make a false move, and we're goners.
Wait a minute, Hap. There's a good-sized rock here next to me. I can feel it. I'm going to try to give it a shove down the side of the mountain. When it drops, let out a yell.
I get it. Make him think we've fallen.
Right. Here goes.
Hap, look out! Commander! How was that?
Very realistic. For a minute, I was afraid you did fall. Press close to the cliff and keep very still.
Hey, he turned off the neutralizer. I can see.
He'll probably wait to be sure we're gone.
I hope he doesn't come back down here to investigate.
Vogan to Cobra. Vogan to Cobra.
Listen, he's got a miniature spacerphone. Turn your volume up, Hap.
Vogan to Cobra.
Cobra here. Where are you?
Halfway to the top of Mount Jonic. Corey and this cadet were after me.
They're on Venus?
Take it easy, Mr. Gargeth. It's all right. Corey and that cadet won't bother us anymore. I took good care of them.
Good. How?
I turned on the light neutralizer. They couldn't see in the blackout beam and fell off the ledge.
Nice work, Bogan.
Yeah, but I'm still on the mountain, and I don't like it.
I'll come and get you.
Think I want to wait up here while you come all the way from Saturn?
I'm not on Saturn. I'm in a spaceship not very far from Venus.
Well, that's better. Get her as soon as you can. Corey may have notified the Space Patrol before he fell.
All right, you get to the top of the peak. Everything looks clear. I'll land and pick you up. Cobra out.
Hurry.
So the Cobra's name is Gargeth.
Vogan thought he was on Saturn. Probably that's the headquarters of the outfit.
It's possible.
What do we do now? Tip off the Venus City Space Patrol?
If we use our spacerphone, Vogan might hear it.
Sure.
We'll take a chance on sneaking up on Vogan. If we capture him before Gargeth gets here, we may be able to trick him into landing.
And then we'll have the Cobra.
Come on, let's go. Stay close to the cliff so he can't see it.
Slowly and cautiously, Buzz and Happy resume their climb up the steep mountainside. Occasionally, they get a glimpse of Vogan far above them. Then they press close to the cliff and wait.
Oh, we've had one good break. Vogan doesn't ever look down.
He's probably afraid he'll get dizzy.
The going's not so steep now, sir.
We're getting near the top. I'm thankful for this growth of brush at the summit. It'll help us hide from Vogan.
Hope we can get him before the Cobra shows up.
Drop, Happy. Hit the dirt.
Did he see us?
I guess not. He's going on. But he started to look down this way. We'd better wait a few minutes.
At last, Vogan reaches the summit of Mount Jonic. Wearily, he lays down the light analyzer, then sits on a rock to rest. Silently, Buzz and Happy creep closer.
Careful, Happy. Don't let him hear us.
There's not much cover from here on. Do we rush him?
Let's try to get a few yards closer. If he has a chance to use that blackout beam, we could never find him.
Yeah. Oh, gee.
Get the neutralizer, Hap. I'll handle Vogan.
Corey!
I'll take that gun, Vogan. All right, Vogan. Had enough?
Yeah.
Happy, got the neutralizer?
Yes, sir. Hey, Commander, it's a spaceship.
It's probably Vogan's pal. Better all get out of sight before he gets close enough to see us. Come on, Vogan. Get over there by that brush. You stand out where you can be seen. We'll be in the brush right behind you.
Yeah, sure. I'm coming.
Cobra to Vogan. Cobra to Vogan.
Answer him, Vogan. Don't try to warn him.
Okay.
Vogan, to Cobra. Go ahead.
There aren't any ships in the vicinity. I'm coming in to pick you up.
All right, come ahead. Corey's here. Watch out. Give me that spacerphone.
Corey, you told me Corey was dead.
I was very much alive, Gargeth. Or Cobra, wherever you are. Now make it easy on yourself and land, or I'll have every patrol ship in the Venus sector after you.
You'd better talk fast then, because I'm going to blast you off that mountain with a space torpedo.
No, boss. Please don't.
You've made a stupid blunder, Vogan. But I assure you that the rocket is meant only for Corey. If you get it, well, it's an unfortunate accident.
Space torpedoes? We don't stand a chance.
We've got to hide.
We've got to hide.
Happy sure your spacephone's turned off?
It is, sir.
Good. Let's have a look at that light neutralizer.
That's not going to save us, not from torpedoes.
See, this setting ought to be about right for our purpose. Now, we'll just set the neutralizer here on the ground. Now, come on. Get out of the field of darkness, quickly.
I can't see. Of course you can't, stupid. Just do what the commander tells you. Come on. Hey, we're out of the field. He can see us.
If you stay in the brush, just get far away from that field of neutralized light. Yeah, this should be safe enough.
Commander, you've made a nice target. From here in the ship, the field of darkness looks like a black hole on the top of the mountain. A black round hole. Somewhere inside that hole you were hiding. So futile, Commander. So pathetically futile.
He's making a pass right over us. He fired a torpedo. Smoke and rockets. The field of darkness is gone. And when you look at that hole, what a blast.
Yeah,
Him saying smoke and rockets all the time
it
starts to grate on me.
And also, there goes the Cobra. He figures he finished us.
You sure he's not coming back? Doesn't look like it.
I sure hate to see that crook get away.
He'd better enjoy his triumph while he can, Happy. Because we're going after the Cobra, and we won't give up till we get him.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. Hi, Space Patrollers. This is Captain Tufel.
And Cadet Happy.
I'm reporting to you on Rice Chex.
And I'm reporting to you on Wheat Chex.
Rice Chex, triple toasted shredded rice biscuits. The taste mighty good. Tops for taste. That's Rice Chex.
Wheat Chex. Boy, they've got a swell whole wheat flavor that just can't be beat. Tops for taste. That's Wheat Chex, too.
And Rice Chex are made in that modern, bite-sized design for easy eating. Tops for size, that's Rice Chex.
Wheat Chex are bite-sized for super easy eating. Tops for size, too.
And, gang, after a good, nourishing breakfast with Chex, rice, or wheat, you'll see they're tops for get up and go.
Real Space Patrol get up and go, like the Commander has.
Chex, a good word to remember at breakfast time or any time, because
they're tops 3 ways: for taste, size, and get up and go.
Look for the red and white checkerboard packages with the picture of the Commander or
the swell picture of me on the outside.
Yes, and the terrific Space Patrol trading card on the inside. Rice Chex.
Wheat Chex.
And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are exploring the system of unused water mains under Jupiter City, searching for a hidden laboratory operated by the Cobra Gang. After trudging nearly a mile in a crouched position, Happy moans.
Oh, my aching back. I sure wish this pipe was 6 inches bigger.
From the chart, the lab should be just a few hundred yards ahead.
Commander, there's air blowing through the main.
Yes, it's getting stronger every second.
This is like being in a wind tunnel. What's causing it?
The air's being forced to the main by the water behind it.
Water? What water?
From the reserve tank. Gargot knows we're down here, and he's trying to drown us.
Be sure to join us next week for the thrilling story, The Gems of Jupiter, when Rice Chex and Wheat Chex again present Space Patrol! Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Len Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Mike Deverett. Other players were Ken Mayer, Norman Jolly, and Bela Kovac. Dick Tufel speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Rice Chex and Wheat Chex again present Space Patrol! Be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC television station. Consult your local paper for time and channel. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities.
Yep, there you go, Space Patrol. Yeah, I have some antique pictures. It was hard to show, not enough light. But once I do the final review, and listen, I will be getting to the food truck eventually here again, but I needed to take a break from that. I don't know what was going on there, but I needed to get this building done and the roller coaster and, take it from there. But, yeah, I have a 120-year-old antique hand-colored lithograph that from years and years and years ago when I did my antiquing and all that other stuff. That's like, it's huge. It's huge. It's a picture of the Calvary. Where Jesus is going off to the cross, and it's so detailed and stuff. I had to show that one day, although I don't know where I'd show it at, but it's very, very cool. But all the details that are coming together in this is just really, really cool. Just put another set of windows in there. the steps that come down to. I'll talk about it too once I get everything together and do close-ups of everything. But yeah, everything just looks so darn good inside. I can't even explain it. Okay, I just joined the Patreon on Friday and received the... Thank you, Chris W. Appreciate the joining of the Patreon there. Thank you. Yeah, I think you're the first person to join in like, oh my God, months and months and months. But welcome to the... Well, you're always part of family, Chris. Anyways, yeah, let me finish this up and we will do one more episode of Space Patrol and I will get as much done as I can. And that should take us to the top of the hour and then give us an hour break before I start the overnight, which is going to be a nice surprise mix. No timestamps tonight, just going to surprise you on some really good episodes of CBS Radio Mystery Theater. Owl Creek Bridge is in there, so I mean Occurrence at Owl Creek. So you'll like the set list that's there tonight. Anyways, let's play one last one before I end this. Let's do let's do Revenge of Dr. Yeager. No, The Treasure of Mount Rollcab. The Treasure of Mount Rollcab from January 30th of 1954, Space Patrol.
Rice Chex and Wheat Chex, the bite-sized cereals in the red and white checkerboard packages, present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol.
Great to have you, Chris.
In today's transcribed Space Patrol adventure, Buzz and Happy are searching to an abandoned spaceship, half buried in a landslide in the mountains of Venus.
Well, whatever forced this spaceship to land, it certainly wasn't lack of fuel. Look at all these drums bolted in their racks.
They all seem to be full.
Commander, the ship's moving.
Dirt's giving way. We're sliding down the slope. Run for the next compartment. One of the drums hits us, we'll be cracked.
We'll return in just a moment with today's exciting Space Patrol adventure, The Treasure of Mount Rollcab. It's tops, it's tops, it's tops. Yes, sir, Space Patrollers, Rice Chex is tops three ways. For taste, for size, for get up and go. So get Rice Chex today. 1, tops for taste. Delicious shredded rice. Oven toasted 3 times to make it 3 times tastier. Yep, tasty, extra tasty, and super tasty. That's Rice Chex. 2, tops for size. Because Rice Chex is made of that modern bite-sized design. Light, fluffy, sunny gold, triple toasted shredded rice biscuits, just the right size for an easy bite. 3, tops for get up and go, you betcha. A nourishing breakfast with Rice Chex, and zip, zoom, you're way, way ahead before you even start. That's why Commander Corey made Rice Chex an official cereal of the Space Patrol. Rice Chex, the cereal that's good with cream and sugar, good with fruit on top, good right from your pocket for snacks. Rice Chex, bite-sized shredded rice biscuits, hollow inside so they can fill up with cream for a super luscious bite. Rice Chex.
I remember being a kid, and listen, we grew up poor when I was young. There were 7 of us, and my mom struggled, and I remember grabbing a handful of cereal out of the box and sticking it in my jacket pocket for snacking at school during the day. That kind of reminded me. I don't know. Kind of funny.
That get up and go. The kind of energy you need to be an honest-to-goodness space patroller like Buzz Corey and Cadet Happy. So remember, Rice Chex is tops 3 ways. Get Rice Chex today. And get Wheat Chex today. Wheat Chex, the wonderful, power-rich Space Patrol cereal made of hearty whole wheat. Bite-sized, too. And what a bite. Wowie. Hurry. Get Chex today. The only cereals that bring you a free Space Patrol trading card inside the package. Rice Chex, Wheat Chex. And now today's Space Patrol adventure, The Treasure of Mount Roll Cab. Commander Corey and Cadet Happy have landed their spaceship in a clearing at the base of Mount Roll Cab on the planet Venus. Leisurely, they stroll up a rough path overhung with lush Venus vegetation toward a crude cabin built against the side of the mountain. In the trees above them, large squirrels chatter and scold, while gaily plumed birds dart about like streaks of flame among the branches.
Smoking rockets, Commander. What a wonderful place to spend a 5-day leave.
I knew you'd like it, Ham.
I'm sure glad the rain's let up, though. Looks like we'll get in a few days hunting after all.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little puzzled about Matt, though.
Oh, you mean not answering your spaceophone call?
Yes, I was afraid at first the heavy rains might have damaged his cabin, but looks all right.
Hey, a real old-fashioned log cabin.
And Matt built it himself with old-fashioned hand tools. No Atomo power saws for Matt Henshaw.
Well, don't tell me he hunts with a bow and arrow.
Oh, he's not that old-fashioned. No, if we go hunting, Matt will lend us one of his special guns. There's not even an instant of suffering for the animal, no matter where it's hit. Looks like Matt isn't home.
What now?
We'll go in and wait. He never locks his door.
Oh gosh, have you seen my city, Raj? How many sets of completed Lego do I have? Well, the haunted house, roller coaster, the two ships, the Revenge of the Queen Anne's Revenge, Black Pearl, the lighthouse. Most of the modular buildings, just I can't even begin to. The Dark Tower, Rivendell, a couple of the. Yeah, no, there's a lot. There's a lot. Oh boy.
Smells kind of musty.
It certainly does. Like it's been shut up for some time.
It's musty
Maybe
again.
Mr. Henshaw's taking a vacation.
No place he'd want to go that I know of. He has no relatives.
We know one thing about the future. It's musty.
Matt must have been gone several days. Look at the dust all over everything.
Well, could he have gone on a long hunting trip? Farther up the mountain, maybe?
And all the rain?
Well, maybe he left before the rain and got caught in it. A landslide, maybe.
If it were anyone else but Matt Henshaw, I'd say that was a good explanation. I'll check the space phone. Maybe Matt contacted Venus City. Commander Corey calling Space Patrol headquarters, Venus City. Commander Corey calling Venus City Space Patrol.
Venus City Space Patrol here. Go ahead, Commander.
I'm at Matt Henshaw's cabin at the base of Mount Roll Cab, but there's no sign of Henshaw. Have you received a message from him?
I have no record of it, Commander. If you can tell me when it was to have been received, I'll check on it.
If he did call, it
I
would
don't
have
know
been an
about
emergency.
that, Raj. I'm not a
I've
legend,
received no
but
emergency
thank you, my
messages from
friend.
that sector of Venus, Commander, except, of course, about the escape.
What escape?
Oh, sorry, sir. I thought you knew.
There's
escape from criminal
people who've done way
rehabilitation camp
more
number 2 south of
than
Mount Roll
me.
Camp.
When did this happen?
Yesterday, sir. It happened when some of the men about to be released were called out on special emergency detail on account of the flood.
How many escaped?
Well, just one man, Commander, Hoke Sherman. He managed to slip away while the men were building barricades.
Well, Sherman's dangerous. Have they located him yet?
Not yet, sir, but it's only a matter of time. That whole lowland region is a network of wire-filled ravines and marsh. He can't get far.
Unless he had help from outside. Well, right now, I'm more concerned about Matt Henshaw. I'm going to look for him. I'll call you back at 1400 hours.
Yes, Commander.
Corey out.
Say, that criminal rehab center isn't far from here, is it, sir?
No, just a few miles.
I was just thinking, maybe Sherman had something to do with Mr. Henshaw not being here.
By the looks of this cabin, Henshaw's been gone for days. Sherman escaped only yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
Go on, Hap. We'll work our way up the mountain and see if we can find any trace of Henshaw.
Several miles from the cabin, higher up the slope of Roll Cab Mountain, two men push their way through the brush. Finally, they stop and gaze at a raw scar of reddish clay where a landslide has spilled down the mountainside into a muddy, turbulent mountain stream.
I tell you, Hoke, there isn't any point going out further.
I say there is. Sooner or later, it's going to be narrow enough so we can cross. Then we can work our way down, far away from the rehab center.
Well, I wonder if they found my spaceship yet.
Yeah, probably. I wish you hadn't landed so far from the center.
Well, how did I know that flash flood was going to cut us off? What a lousy break.
Never mind, Endicott. The important thing is I'm free. We can live indefinitely on this mountain. There's plenty of game. Space Patrol will never think of looking for us here.
Well, suppose the rain begins again.
It'll slow us down, all right, but it'll also slow down the search. Endicott, what in Saturn's rings is that?
What?
That thing sticking out of the dirt where the landslide is.
It's a big sharp rock, I guess.
Rock nothing. It's the prow of a spaceship.
You're right, Hoke. It must have crashed in the storm.
Not in this last storm. Look at that hull, how rusty it is. Must have crashed years ago, and the landslide uncovered it.
D, it's only me here. It's only me here, D. And I have it all to myself, and I don't have no worries about anybody coming into. When my son or daughter come, they treat it with respect. My daughter's going to be 20. My son is 16, and he treats everything with respect. So I'm not worried about anybody getting in here. So it's just me.
There. Endicott, this is a break. There's shelter in and probably supplies. We can hole up here for a while if we have to.
I don't like the looks of it. It may slide down into the stream any minute.
Not unless there's a lot more rain. Come on, let's see what's inside the old hulk. Would you look at the design of that hull? They haven't built ships like that in 40 years.
It's an old one, all right. Wonder what happened.
Endicott, hold it. Look here in the mud. Those footprints aren't 40 years old.
You're right. Somebody's been here since the rain stopped.
Yeah, and he's made several trips back and forth.
Hey, somebody's coming out of the ship. I'll bless him when he steps out of the hedge.
Put that gun down, you fool. We're hunters, see? Now, come on. It's only one man, and he's unarmed.
Hold on there. You fellas what?
Yes, they are, Connie.
We're hunting.
Thank you.
We saw the spaceship and came to investigate.
Well, there isn't anything to see, just an old hulk that's been abandoned for years. What are you hunting? If it's elk, you'll find a herd farther up the mountain on the west slope.
Thanks. That's what we're after, all right. Elk.
If you head around this landfall, you'll find the going fairly easy.
Thanks.
If you start now, you'll reach the elk herd in time to pick off a couple before dark.
Yeah, well, thanks for the information.
Hey, he acted kind of anxious to get rid of us. What's he up to?
I don't know. But he's got something inside that ship that he doesn't want anybody to know about. He's been lugging it out trip after trip. We'll get out of sight, see what he's up to, and then follow him.
How far is he going to lug that thing?
Not much farther, the way he's staggering.
You're right. He's stopping. Hey, that metal bar must be valuable. He's hiding it behind the rocks.
All right, Endicott, you rush him. I'll stay back here and cover you. I don't think he's armed, but if he starts to draw...
That's a good question, Tony. Honestly, I have not, out of all of these sets, had any... Well, I take that back. There may have been a couple sets that I was missing, like a 1x2 or something like that, but I had an extra piece of it. But for the most part, honestly, I haven't had a missing piece out of any of these sets, really, except for the Orient Express, which I haven't gotten back to because I waited so long for Lego to send those pieces to me. Other than that, yeah, I mean, 99.999% of the time, there's not a missing piece, so which is good.
I can pick him off from here.
Okay. Hold it a minute, partner. What you got there? I said, what have you got there?
It's none of your business.
Well, I'll just take a look. Well, quite a stack of metal bars you got behind the rock, mister. It's a lot of trouble to go to, lugging them all the way down from that old ship.
Thanks, Chris. And yeah, that's true.
Hundreds of pounds of it. Why, it's worth a fortune.
Yes, stellanium. It's mine by right of discovery. But I'll be willing to give you a couple bars.
Well, now, isn't it generous? I got news for you. You're giving up the whole works right now.
Drop that ray gun.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure glad to see you, Commander.
But worried about you, man.
Hey, where'd that come from?
That was just a warning. Now, you space patrolmen, drop your weapons or I'll blast you apart.
Yeah, that's my partner. Hid up in the brush. And he means what he says.
You do as I say, no one will be hurt. Now, drop your weapons.
Do as he says, Happy. Before we could hit him, he'd mow us down.
Yes, sir.
All right, Endicott, get your weapons and come on.
Why not finish then?
There might be more space patrolmen around. Any more shots would lead them right here. Now, come on.
Who are those men?
I don't know, Commander. Never saw him till a few minutes ago.
The one we didn't see. What does he look like?
Oh, he's tall, over 6 feet, black hair. Got a V-shaped scar on his upper lip. Pulls his mouth into a sort of sneer.
Sounds like Hoke Sherman, the escaped criminal from the rehabilitation center south of the mountain.
Hoke Sherman, see? We did get off lucky.
I hope you're right. Oh, Matt, this is Cadet Happy.
Howdy, son.
Howdy.
Let's get to your cabin and get some weapons, and we can go after Hoke and his pal.
If you say so, but that'll give him a head start. I've got some weapons up ahead in a derelict spaceship.
A derelict spaceship?
All right, let's go, but take it easy. We won't try to get close to Hoke until we're armed.
Commander, I suppose I better come clean about this stack of polonium back there. I found it in this deserted spaceship. I wanted to be sure no one took it away from me, so
Moments later, Buzz Happy and Matt Henshaw cautiously approached the rusted hulk of the spaceship, protruding from the moist red clay of the landslide. Seeing no trace of the escaped criminal, Hoke Sherman, and his partner, the three men enter the ancient wreck. Buzz runs his experienced eye over the interior fittings, the crude-appearing control panel with its tarnished instruments.
Matt, this ship is at least 150 years old.
Smoking rockets.
I had it figured around 100.
Of course, it's hard to tell how long it's been here on Mount Rollcab.
Well, I found it here about a week ago after that first big rain.
It may have been covered up a century or more ago by another landslide. You say you found no trace of the crew?
No. They must have got out after they landed. Haven't touched a thing in here except that polonium. When I saw that stack of shiny bars, I got greedy for the first time in my life. Well, I figured I'd get part of it by right of discovery, but I wanted it all. So I took it out of the ship and hid it. I stayed here at the ship to guard it.
We'll talk about the selenium later. Where are those weapons?
They're back aft in the fuel hold. I'll show you.
Yeah, you stay here at the hatch. Hap and I can find the guns. Let me know if you see anyone outside.
Yes. Oh, you better take this atomo light. It's dark back there.
Oh, thanks. Come on, Hap. Let's have a look.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that.
Well, whatever forced this ship to land, it certainly
On the
wasn't
TV,
lack
I'm
of
sure you
fuel.
can see
Just look at all
much
those
better.
drums bolted in their racks.
They all seem to be full.
Commander, the ship's moving.
The dirt's giving way. We're sliding down the slope.
Hey, the fuel drums, they're breaking loose. We've got to get out of here. One of those drums hits us, we'll be crushed. Commander! My leg, it's caught. I'm jammed between two drums.
I'll get you out, Hap.
Yeah, well, at least the ship isn't sliding anymore.
This thing is heavy.
What was that?
There's a shot. Somebody shooting through the hull. Must be Hoke Sherman. If he hits one of these fuel drums, the ship will blow up.
We'll return to Space Patrol in just a moment. This is Dick Tufeld reporting on America's most heavily armed fighter interceptor, the Northrop Air Force Scorpion F-89D. In a moment, we'll hear from the test pilot on this plane, Bob Love, Korean jet ace, with a record of 6 MiGs in 6 weeks. Primary job of the Scorpion is to protect our country from invading aircraft. Speed more than 600 miles per hour. Weight 20 tons. Now, Bob Love recorded at Edwards Air Force Base.
You know, a fella has to be in top condition to test fly a fast aircraft such as the Scorpion. And that's why I always make it a rule to sleep well and eat well. So, for breakfast, I pick a cereal like Rice Chex or Wheat Chex. They're chock full of energy and really taste good. You'll like them.
No other cereal, puffed or flaked, contains so much nourishment in such concentrated bite-sized form. So take a tip from Bob Love, Phil Houghton, and other top test pilots. Make your cereals Rice Chex and Wheat Chex. And here's big news. Inside of Chex, you now get a thrilling new Space Patrol trading card. Flip 'em, trade 'em, collect a whole set of 40. Free Space Patrol trading cards inside of Rice Chex and Wheat Chex. And now, back to our Space Patrol adventure, the treasure of Mount Rollcab. On Mount Rollcab on the planet Venus, Buzz and Happy rescued the mountaineer Matt Henshaw from 2 criminals, Endicott and Hoke Sherman. The outlaws, however, succeeded in disarming the commander and Happy and then fled up the mountain. Henshaw then led Buzz and Happy to a wrecked spaceship to obtain weapons to pursue Sherman and Endicott. While the space patrollers were in the fuel hold, searching for the weapons, the spaceship began sliding down the mountain. A heavy fuel drum broke loose from its moorings, pinning Happy against a bulkhead. Now, as Buzz struggles to free Happy, the rusty old hull of the ship is pierced by gunfire.
He's coming awfully close to those fuel drums.
I'll have you out here in a second, Hap. I can just roll this thing a few inches.
Hey, he hit a drum.
It's a wonder it didn't explode.
There, you're getting it, Commander. There, that does it, sir. I'm free now.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Uh-oh, he hit another drum.
Fuel spraying all over.
One little spark and we'll blow up the whole side of the mountain. Come on, let's get out of here before this fuel blows up.
Wait a minute, Happy. I don't think there's any danger.
Huh? No danger? What?
If that was fuel, we'd smell it.
Well, what is it then?
Water. Brackish, foul-tasting water.
Yeah, but the metal drums, they all have rocket fuel painted on them.
Yes, that may be a clue to how this ship happened to land on the mountain with a cargo of thalanium. Somebody switched drums.
Yeah, but then something went wrong and the thalanium wasn't picked up.
We'll tackle that mystery later. Come on. Oh, Matt, where are those weapons?
They're...
Commander, Mr. Henshaw's hurt.
My shoulder. I got clipped by a hunk of metal from the hull.
One of Hope's bullets.
I'll go after that rat.
Oh, wait, Happy. Hope and his pal may be waiting out there to pick us off. Gotta take care of Matt first. See if you can find a first aid kit.
Yes, sir.
100 yards away from the ancient ship, Hoke lowers his weapon and turns to Endicott.
If there is any fuel left in that old hulk, that must have deteriorated.
You probably got all three of them anyway. You sure riddled the hull.
Anyhow, they're scared, and now's our chance. Let's go.
Up over the mountain?
No, down. The way's clear now.
But you said there might be more space patrollers around here.
If Corey had anyone with him, they'd be up here by now. This is our way out. He must have a spaceship down at the base of the mountain. We'll get to it and blast off.
In a space patrol ship?
Sure, what could be safer? It'll at least get us off Venus.
Yeah. We can get another ship later, out in space.
Sure, and on the way down, we can pick up that thalanium.
Are you crazy? The two of us would have to make a dozen trips at least. By that time, Corey might come after us.
If he's still alive, which I doubt. Anyway, there's no risk. One of us will guard the trail while the other lugs thalanium down to the ship. Why leave a fortune like that up in the mountains?
Yeah, it's now or never, I guess. All right, let's go.
Back in the control compartment of the derelict spaceship, Commander Corey bandages Matt Henshaw's wounded shoulder.
Well, it's not a very professional job, Matt, but it's the best I can do under the circumstances.
It's fine, Commander. I figured I got off lucky. You take off after those crooks. I'll be all right here.
No, Matt, you've got to have medical attention. Happy and I are going to get you to our spaceship.
Just how do you think you're going to get me down the mountain? Can't walk. And I'm no hummingbird, believe me.
It'll be a rough journey, all right. Rough for all three of us, but especially for you, man. Now, wait. That stream out there.
Huh?
Flows right down the mountain to within a few hundred feet of our ship. If we can make a raft...
Yeah, but is the stream deep enough?
It's worth a try.
It's going to be some job finding logs.
We'll make a pontoon raft.
Out of what?
We'll empty a couple of those fuel drums and roll them down to the water. Then we can lash a few poles to them with ropes.
After 2 hours of strenuous labor, Buzz and Happy assemble their makeshift raft. At last, they carry the injured Matt Henshaw down to the stream and place him gently on the bed of logs and saplings lashed securely to the empty fuel drums. Lifting, tugging, and shoving, they get the raft into the stream and climb aboard.
She rides pretty high in the water, sir.
It's going to be hard to maneuver in case we run into any rapids.
Don't worry about that, Commander. The stream's quieted down considerably since yesterday.
Are you comfortable, Matt?
Yeah, sure. This is real relaxing.
All right, Happy, take that pole and let's shove off.
Aye, aye, sir. Here we go.
Come on, Endicott. It's just a little farther.
I don't think I can make it.
Yes, you can. This is the last trip. We'll load the bars and be on our way. Hey, look. There's Corey's ship down there, ready to take us to freedom.
Oh, my leg, my back. This bar weighs more than all the others put together.
Now, forget how tired you are. Just remember we'll never have to do another bit of work the rest of our lives.
Yeah, that's right, Hoke.
Hold it. Stop.
What is it?
Down at the edge of the water, I saw something. Something moved. There, you see?
Space patrolmen. I saw their uniform. It was Corey and the cadet.
They must have come down the stream.
They'll get to the ship before we do.
Now, don't get panicky, Endicott. One of them's hurt. We can't see them now on account of these trees, but when they come out of the trees, they'll have to cross the clearing to get to the ship. I can pick them off from here. Stay behind this rock and don't make a sound.
Don't miss, Hoke. We're so near to freedom. Don't miss.
They haven't got a chance.
We're nearly there, Matt.
Yes, Mr. Henshaw. As soon as we get through these trees, you'll see the ship.
I sure am in a lot of trouble. It's the first time in my life I haven't been able to walk on my own 2 feet. Since I was a baby, of course.
Put your weight on me, Matt.
I sure fixed your lead for you. Some hunting trip this turned out to be.
It wasn't your fault that Hulk Sherman escaped from the rehab center.
Maybe not, but if I hadn't been so careless as to get in the way of one of his bullets, you'd have caught up with him by now.
The minute we get aboard ship, I'll notify Venus City Space Patrol. They'll have search ships all over this mountain region.
Sure, Hulk and his pal Endicott won't have a chance.
Wait a minute. Hold it.
What's the matter?
Look, over there to the right. Isn't that a pretty sight?
Well, I'm just wiring. Doing the wiring.
Wow, look at that head and those antlers.
He's a big one, all right. First time I ever saw one down this close to my cabin. Well, Cadet, here's your chance.
Chance?
We're downwind of him. He's far enough away to make a fair sporting shot. Well, son, what are you waiting for?
Well,
You came here to go hunting, didn't you?
Yes, sir, but...
But what?
Well, I guess I've got too recent a memory of what it feels like to be shot at.
Commander?
Thanks, Matt. Some other time.
Fine couple of sportsmen you are. Fly several million miles to go hunting and throw away an opportunity like this. I'm proud of you.
Let's get to the ship, Matt.
Sure.
Yeah, the elk must have heard us. He's turning his head.
Hit the dirt. You okay, Matt?
Yeah.
There goes the elk, bounding back into the trees. I guess he isn't hit. Hey, who shot at him?
Take a look up there on those rocks. See them through the trees?
Uh-oh.
Sherman.
Right. Lie still, Happy. Slide your gun over here to me.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Commander, you don't expect to pick those fellas off with that weapon at this distance, do you?
We can't get much closer without exposing ourselves. Here goes. Oh.
I think I know what's the matter, sir. I was in the water over my waist, and the gun got wet.
Uh-huh.
Now, we're in a fine mess. We can't possibly reach the ship.
Happy. Your belt buckle is shiny. Would make a tempting target. Take it off and put it on the end of the stick. Wiggle it around so they can pick up the glint.
Draw their fire, you mean?
Yes, not too often. Just enough to keep them interested. Move around a little, but keep down.
Yes, sir.
Matt, you just lie there.
I think I see them. Something's gleaming among the trees close to the edge of the clearing. You see it?
Yeah, I've been watching it.
If you only hadn't fired that other shot.
How did I know it was an elk?
Well, don't get sore, Hoke. I'm only saying it's too bad they were tipped off.
Shut up. I'm going to try again.
Did you get him?
I can't tell yet.
You missed, Hoke.
Corey!
Endicott, hit him! I'll get him, Hoke.
Sounds like the Three
All
Stooges.
right, both of you, on your feet.
Okay, Corey. Sure.
Down to the ship, on the double.
Everything's okay back aft, Commander. Except that Endicott and Hulk Sherman don't look so good.
Evidently, space flying doesn't agree with them.
Well, anyway, not when they're being flown for reprocessing at the rehab center.
How you feeling, Matt? Shoulder okay?
It's dropping a little, that's all.
In a few minutes, you'll be at the best hospital in Venus City.
And we'll see that your thelanium is put in a safe place, Mr. Henshaw.
My thelanium.
There'll be a few formalities, of course, but after 150 years, no one's going to step forward and contest your claim. It's yours by right of discovery. You're a wealthy man, Matt.
Well, the three of us are alive. That's the important thing. Yep, we're alive thanks to the commander's nerve and my dumb luck.
Well, it wasn't all nerve and luck, Mr. Henshaw.
It was luck. Folk hadn't mistaken that elk for us. We'd have been shot without any warning.
Yeah, but suppose we had
Welcome
shot
back,
the elk
Steph. We're
the way we
almost
had a
done.
chance to.
Yes, you're right, Cadet. That wasn't luck. It was kindness.
Yeah, and the elk was just returning a favor.
An action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. 1, 2, 3 kinds of fun at breakfast time. Space Patrollers, that's what you'll have the very first morning you start eating Chex, wheat Chex, or rice Chex. Because Chex are tops 3 ways, 3 wonderful ways. First, tops for taste. That's Chex, the only cereal that's toasted 3 times to make it crunchy as a cookie and 3 times as good. Mmm. And second, Chex are tops for size, made in that modern bite-sized design for easy, happy eating. And third, Chex are tops for get up and go. Yes, a good breakfast with Chex gives you the kind of get up and go you gotta have to be a real space patroller. That's what Commander Corey says, and that makes it official. Makes Chex the official breakfast cereal of the Space Patrol. But unofficially, I can tell you Chex are mighty good right out of the box or right out of your pocket anytime you want a treat. Yes, breakfast time or any time, have yourself 3 kinds of fun with Chex, the cereal that's tops 3 wonderful ways. Tops for taste, tops for size, and tops for real get up and go. So go get 'em today. You'll love 'em. Chex, wheat Chex, or rice Chex. The only bite-sized cereals in the entire universe. The official cereals of the Space Patrol. And hey, here's a neat surprise. Swell Space Patrol trading cards. You get one free inside of every package of wheat Chex and rice Chex. And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol adventure. Buzz and Happy are hiding in the hold of a freighter piloted by a space pirate. Suddenly, waves of heat burst over them.
Wow, where's all that heat coming from?
Refrigeration system has broken down.
And every second we're getting closer to the sun. We'd better take over and change course before we suffocate.
There's worse danger than that in the next compartment.
Smoking rockets. Those chemicals.
Right. If you get a few degrees hotter, they'll blow the ship to atoms.
Be sure to join us next week for the thrilling story, The Strange Case of Space Pilot Prentice, when Rice Chex and Wheat Chex again present Space Patrol! Space Patrol, created by Mike Moser, starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Len Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston, produced and directed by Larry Robertson, executive producer Mike Debris. Other players were Ken Mayer, Bela Kovach, and Norman Jolly. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Rice Chex and Wheat Chex again present Space Patrol! Be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC television station. Consult your local paper for time and channel. This program is broadcast to our armed forces overseas through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Space Patrol came to you transcribed.
Okay, we got it. We get what you're saying there, Space Patrol. Broken Bone Bricks. We're right at the end of the stream. Stream number 1. Almost done with bag 4. Did a lot of lighting. I will show you guys. I will do a spin first at the top. A small spin to show you what has been done, how it looks. You can kind of see the front of the store. And now I'm going to do a close-up on the camera. The electrical lighting was installed. But yeah, there's the inside. There's the lighting wires and stuff like that. Everything is slowly getting hidden. But there's the one side. There is the front entrance with Susan's Antique Company sign and 2 giant lights, lamp lights there. We got the window of the Night Scare. And yeah, there's steps in the back and all kinds of details. So got pretty far today. I will continue to work on this and see how far I get. But once again, thank you guys all very much for joining me. Please give that thumbs up if you haven't already. And also, please check out and comment. Comment below as soon as I stop this stream. Let me know what you think so far. And yeah, let's keep on trucking along. So until next time, I don't know if that's tomorrow or the next day, but when I'm able to, I will continue to do it. Yeah, so on the Late Late Horror Show, be sure to go over there and check out the stream overnight tonight. And with that said, later.